and a powerful racing motor. Only at HasToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Got the number one pick in the NHL draft, but the men that can't seem to stump. Do something dumb, that's an observation. CLT make them need to run.
That's Lawrence Taylor!
Call them every trash, CMT for short. Wonder if we best once you peep the score. Up at the crack of dawn, top stories of the morning. While you're yawning, grab your coffee, rise and shine with 880 a.m. This is Drop Time. We provide highlights from your favorite teams. Got Dave and Rick making plenty of picks. It's Rule 76.
All right, it is Tuesday. We are winding down the days until we hit Thanksgiving. Rick and Raymond with their beautiful selections last night just put me further in the hole, and I think it's pretty obvious I'm going to be wearing a costume of somebody on the show. I say good morning to Rick. How are you?
Oh, stop yourself, please.
What do you mean?
It's week 11. We got plenty of time.
Plenty of time in your world. It's not plenty of time in mine.
Listen.
I'm 52.
Listen.
Time goes quickly when you get to my age.
Yeah, right, but you just had your annual mole check. Everything looks good.
Everything looks good.
Right, so, I mean, you're losing weight.
I'm losing weight.
You got plenty of time left.
Had a great eating day yesterday.
I
Unbelievable.
know you did. Probably like 600 calories.
No, I think I approached 1,400, but also went for a really nice walk.
So, I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, but I do have
can't
some
quit?
jarring physical news to tell you about.
What happened now?
I got a really bad paper cut yesterday.
How bad?
Oh, it's a beauty. It was. I had to take it to the showers. It was bleeding all over. It was. You can laugh because it wasn't your garden variety. It was on one of those big holiday like magazines that you get.
Oh no!
And I used my index finger to swipe through, and all of a sudden I was like, oh! And sure, what happened? I said, I think I got a really bad paper cut, and I was right. Then blood made an appearance, and yeah,
gushing everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm saying, hey, battled through it though. You're here for the show.
Today was touch and go.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't certain I was going to make it, but because I am the warrior I am. But don't worry, there's a little bacitracin on that baby. I cleaned it out. I take this stuff very seriously. Last thing I want to have happen is infection.
No, you don't want that.
No.
I mean, any thought stitches? No.
I don't think we're there. I don't think stitches are necessary. But listen, you can laugh all you want.
I could just see you flipping through a holiday magazine and Sherry.
No, it was on the envelope. It was a big, thick book, and I put my index finger there and just swiped across. I was like, oh! Yeah, tremendously painful.
I'll tell you
what.
And
now I'm going to have to live with that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's probably going to be a scar.
No, you think? No. Not a
resiliency box? Let's put a check in that resiliency box.
You're not kidding. Right up the ladder.
Which I think also, in turn, puts a check in that growth box.
Yes.
I think we got resiliency and growth, one shot.
That's right.
One paper cut.
That's right. Oh, it's a beauty, though. And how about this? I mentioned it to RJ during the pre-show meeting.
Yeah.
He also got a paper cut.
Oh, man. We better slow down.
Yeah.
Get
this
a little
holiday
reckless.
With these heavy envelopes, you got to be very careful.
Who takes the blame for this, though? I can't have my two guys playing reckless like this. I mean, is John Winthrop going to have to pay the price?
Listen, I don't know.
Do we have a Brian Dable situation here? I don't like how you're being used right now.
Yeah, because I'm overused.
I'm going to have to speak to somebody. This is too much designed reading for you guys. You clearly can't handle it.
And I knew that I wasn't even going to have interest in this magazine. Like, why didn't I just throw it away? No, I had to be a hero. I had to play heroes. What I had to do. Let me open
it. Because you got to make sure that there's nothing in there for everybody else, not for yourself, because you had no care for it. It was for everyone else.
Like that kind of party.
You know what I am, and I don't use this word loosely. Selfless. Selfless at that moment yesterday when I went up against that big envelope.
Yeah.
Selfless. Yes.
Yeah. You know what? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
what
you.
you do
this
for your
is something
family.
I'm going to have to live with now.
What you do for your family on a consistent basis.
If I'm not at my A level today, You'll know why. If John walks in, he's like, the energy's not there, the excitement, the passion. When you talk to Mel, he doesn't have the juice he normally has. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with a vicious paper cut.
I'm actually surprised that you're not really holding it up. I'm surprised it's not bandaged heavily and you're holding it up like you can't use it.
Well, I wanted to breathe.
Really to emphasize.
I'm more concerned about my health and well-being than I am about appearance.
Okay. Well, listen, you're setting the tone for a good show today. You're battling through it. Little adversity.
This is what we do.
Yep.
So I mean, you want to spend a minute on your Cowboys last night? How about that
Cowboys.
pre-show meeting? This guy, how about Raymond? How about our Cowboys? How about our Cowboys? Yeah, what a win for your Cowboys. The Raiders are awful. I can't wait to watch the Giants and the Raiders in a couple weeks. That should be
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, that's going to be a barn burner. I will say this though, and the reason why I'm calling them my Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
Whenever Raymond has a feeling about his team, because he doesn't like to normally do it, right? Coming off a subpar week, looking to bounce back. A lot of speculation that there could be some cheating going on with him and RJ. 5 straight picks,
right?
1-4 in those 5 picks. So he needed a bounce back week. For him to decide, I'm going Cowboys,
and they saved his week,
right? Well, it means he had a feeling, and then on top of that, you had what's going on inside that locker room, right? One of your teammates, like the guy goes from scoring a touchdown to taking his own life.
Right.
I mean, like how that affects the room. They all rallied around it, and I expected that they would. Coming off a bye, they add pieces, right? I mean, you add Quentin Williams, so there's got to be some juice, some excitement. I expected them to come out and play well, and then on top of the fact that the Raiders stink, and George Pickens decided he wanted to go nuts. Yeah, my Cowboys. And then, by the way, here's also disgusting, and I shouldn't even admit to this, but I will. I was going to take the Eagles. Yeah, but I got a text message as we're about to do the picks, and Cass says, no, I like Dallas also. So I went with Dallas. So this was really on her.
All right, so it was an either-or situation, so it didn't matter.
No, it ended up not mattering, but the Eagles already had won. So now there's real pressure because the Eagles cover, so I should be 2-1 already. But she goes, no, I like Dallas.
All right, but you wound up I went 0-3.
Well, you know what? Listen,
it's like you're living in a mansion and you're complaining about the plumbing. No. Nobody
but
wants
you're
to
missing
hear
the
it when
point.
You're 2-1.
You're missing the point. There was a lot of relationship pressure last night when your wife jumps in last second before the picks and says, no, I want Dallas. After the Eagles win, there's some pressure there.
Well, it shows a weakness of mine, though, because they're supposed to be your picks. They're not supposed to be a conglomeration between your father-in-law and your wife and your children.
Well, I like to it make everyone feel like they're involved, That's part of being the conduit. And by the way, I don't care how big your house is. It could be a small house or it could be a mansion. Plumbing is an issue always.
Yeah, I know. I was just using that as an example. But you understand what I'm saying. Like, I went 0-3. The last thing I should have is someone complaining about going 2-1.
Right, but, I mean, you almost lost a finger, which is,
yeah,
I can understand. So maybe this is what you needed because you were seeing the board for like 2 weeks. You were seeing the board great.
Yeah, not anymore. I don't know. I even looked at the games for this coming week last night. I was like, I don't like anything.
Oh, great.
I'm out.
No, you know
what?
Stop.
Start to design the costume now.
Well, I don't think we designed it. I think we still have to have someone win.
Yeah, but you're going to win. You always win.
No,
you're the best. You're a football genius. I'm an idiot. Now I'm hurt. I'm going to lose.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I'm going to lose. I've lost 2 times in a row. I got an earring because of it. I had to dress up as like someone without any couth whatsoever and a Cowboys whatever that was. No, I'm pathetic when it comes to these picks. Just awful.
Well, if you keep having this
line it up now.
If you have this kind of negative self-talk, what do you think's going to happen? I mean, you're talking yourself right into it.
Well, what could happen? Like how could it get bad? Could I go 0-3? Like what could happen? I'm gonna talk so negatively that maybe I'll mess with the gods and maybe I'll reverse the whole thing this week.
Right, you say that though, but I mean at least you sprinkled in wins here. I mean, you had there was a time we were doing picks where I think you were down 11. Like you were down 11 games, something crazy, 9 games.
I don't know.
Going into the playoffs and Canty went 1-11 or something crazy.
Yeah, but I don't have Canty here anymore.
And you came all the way back.
Me. I don't have Canty here to save me from me.
Well, you know what? You got other issues, okay? You got people sleeping through meetings. I mean, you got to figure your other stuff out too, please.
I got people sleeping through meetings, and then I got those same people are showing up for whatever the hell last night was, Monday Night Raw, whatever they call that.
Don't pretend like you don't know what it is. It's Monday Night Raw, yeah.
I don't know, because there's UFC, there's wrestling. I don't know what's what.
Yeah,
but
UFC was over the weekend.
Right.
Peter was doing the UFC thing, and then Monday Night Raw was last night.
Great.
It's one of the perks you get for being a professional athlete in whatever city. It's just the timing of it.
That's great. So you don't think it's a bad look?
Listen, I didn't say that. I said it was one of the perks.
Abdul Carter is sleeping through meetings at the facility.
He was recovering.
Please. I read numerous areas that it was sleeping through meetings. Okay?
Well, in fairness, though, here's the thing, though. In fairness, it's kind of semantics. It's the same thing. I think you could wrap it up as recovery because there are areas in locker rooms, like recovery areas, where he was probably sleeping but calling it recovery.
Right.
So it's not maybe all the way lying, but the problem isn't just the one meeting. It's the
Apparently
season long.
This was a theme for him.
Yes, which is a problem. Which
as a rookie.
Which speaks to, again, I think the leadership in that locker room, which clearly does not really exist, and the leadership from the coaching staff. It's the third overall pick, man. I'm telling you, how many times have you heard me say it? Like, it's the Chara story, which I don't tell anymore because you shame me into never telling that story before, again. And also how important it is to have a veteran guy that kind of takes you under his wing and shows you what it means to be a professional. It's the third overall pick we're talking about here.
Right.
Like, as important as Jaxson Dart is, and Brian Dable takes him under his wing, and Abdul Carter needs to be a great player.
Well, not only that, though, but if I sat here and asked you the question, hey, Abdul Carter, has he been awesome this season? Has he been unbelievable?
No.
So if you're not playing it, if he's got 11 sacks, you're like, he misses some stuff and he's dominating and he's all world. You can't believe that they got so fortunate. But there's been a lot of conversation of, this guy's not really living up to his expectations right now. And now you find out that a theme of his season is to not go to meetings while in the facility. And now on Monday night, he's showing up to Raw and he's all involved with that. I'm sorry, man. And I know I'm not a wrestling guy, so maybe I'm taking the wrong tact here. It's not a great look. It's not a great look.
On the heels of this, it's not a great look. You're absolutely right. In the grand scheme of things, does it matter? Does it affect what he does on the field? No. But all the things that he's doing at the building right now do affect his play on the field. Him showing up late for meetings, him falling asleep and having to miss the first drive with no Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, there's no reason for him to be punished because, again, these are things that as a professional that you're required to do. Just as a good teammate.
Sure.
As someone that wants to have success in the league. This is what, and again, it's coach, right? Has to change this immediately because this isn't going to get better. It's going to get worse, right? Like, if he feels empowered to do this when he's not having a good season, what do you think it's going to look like when he's actually having a good season, right? That's one.
Right.
And the second one is you got to have a veteran, a couple veteran players in that locker room that let him realize real early on that this is unacceptable. Like, we don't show up. Brian Burns isn't showing up late for meetings. Dexter Lawrence isn't showing up late for meetings. There's no way a rookie should be showing up late for meetings and getting away with it.
No, there's no way.
So if the coach isn't going to hold him accountable.
And he got away with it until we got to week 11.
Right. If the coach isn't holding him accountable, we're going to hold him accountable. So, again, I go back to there's clearly a lack of leadership player-wise, and there was definitely a lack of leadership coaching-wise. Because this is only going to get worse. Right? Like, this is not going to be something that gets better. If you're allowed to do this as a rookie, this isn't going to all of a sudden change as you go into your second year in the league or your third year in the league.
Either you were, you are, or who you're becoming.
Right.
And for them not to stop this thing before, I mean, how do you allow 10 weeks of the season to go by and this guy is just missing meetings left and right and this is now a theme and he never gets punished for it? He never gets called out for it? How is that possible?
Well, I think you know how it's possible. I think it speaks to why, Brian Dable is no longer the head coach and kind of the reputation that he's had around the building. Jordan's kind of alluded to this. Is
country club.
Well, it's a country club, but it's like he goes out of his way to cater to the best players. So they have the leash, I guess. That's
the
probably
gravitas.
Not the word. Yeah, the gravitas to do what they want, and again, not be held accountable for it.
So what have we heard? And you've talked about this a million times. Who was Bill Belichick? And I'm not saying Belichick's going to wind up as the coach because I've heard he's not. But regardless of that, who have you heard forever in New England? Bill Belichick was the toughest on who?
Tom Brady.
Okay, and and who was the best player on the team?
Tom Brady.
Okay, so and did they have a modicum of success? A little bit, right?
Plenty, yeah.
Yeah, and now you flip to the Giants in the 2025 Giants, and it's like, yeah, third overall pick. Do you show up? Great. You don't show up? Fine. And no one will know, and there'll be no punishment, and it's a non-issue. It's a problem.
Well, it's a problem, but it was also the problem in bringing Brian Dable back. Now, I don't think this is just unique to the season. It sounds like this is who Brian Dable's been, period, is he just kind of buddies himself up to the best players. But I think it's probably only heightened when you get put in a situation that you're coaching for your job, right? That level of desperation kicks in. It even happened to Tom Coughlin. Like, Tom Coughlin talked about it, right?
Yeah,
like,
you're willing to make decisions you wouldn't ordinarily make because you're in perseverance mode.
Right.
Right? You're in save your job mode.
Right. You're willing to sacrifice kind of the integrity of your program.
And like, who you are, really.
And who you are. Because, again, it's just natural. It's human nature. You're trying to save your job. There's only 32 of these things. You'd like to keep it. So if this guy in the field helps me win, I would rather that than, having him have to miss however much time. But I think there's probably a way to avoid all of that by making sure that this was done, once he was late for the first meeting or the second meeting. Not to have this happen through 10 weeks, and now finally he completely, now he misses a walkthrough because he's sleeping, that we have to sit him out. And even only sitting him out 6 plays is probably not enough if this was something that went on all season.
And by the way, I certainly don't know how this stuff works, but they wouldn't be like, okay, it starts at 1 o'clock. It's now 1 o'clock. Somebody go get Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I don't know. See, again, this is something like this is so foreign to me because I come from a different kind of locker room where, you're talking about a team that if you saw a guy was on the verge of being late for practice or like when you're supposed to be there for practice, we would go into the change room and get his laundry out of the change stall and hang clothes up in his stall so it looked like he was already there.
So you would do everything in your power to make sure this
to
didn't
hide
happen or didn't
and be
like
hey,
happened.
what the we call, you know what I mean? You're calling him, where the hell is this guy? Like, you're checking to make sure everyone's there. We had one guy who broke his foot outside the rink, and we had to, we strapped him up in equipment and threw him on the ice to make it look like he broke his foot on the ice. Like, that's the kind of locker rooms I come from. I also come from locker rooms where like Steve Webb, you had veteran guys that would, grab the rookies and be like, hey, this is how we do it. Like, after practice, you're going to ride the bike. This is what, and you knew right away, like, this was the expectation. And if you didn't do that, I've told you the story before where I said something in the newspaper and it wasn't written how I said it. Like, there was no context to how I said it. Mm-hmm. And for that entire practice, I took shots off the face. Every guy, puck to the face.
Yeah, hockey locker rooms, I guess they're just different. But no, clearly it wasn't the first time. Clearly this has been
the report is it's been all season long.
Right. So you wouldn't think that okay, Abdul always sleeps through whatever we do on whenever it is. Abdul always sleeps through it. Let's make sure we have him out there. Let's send an intern out over there to get him to make sure that he's ready to go.
But that's not even intern. It should be it should be a player.
Right, somebody right, go get Abdul.
Okay, but I think could there also be a world where his attitude and his unwillingness to actually buy into what everyone's doing be such a turnoff that guys are like, you know what? Screw him. Like, I'm done. Right. I'm done wasting my energy.
So should we really wonder why this team is sitting here 2-9?
No, we shouldn't. Again, I said this to you when they got rid of Saquon and the whole thing fell off. Right? Like, once they hit adversity, wheels fell off. Like, when you don't have the right kind of leadership in the locker room, and guys just kind of are off doing their own things, and that's usually what happens when the season for the team is over. Is now it becomes everyone's got their own selfish agendas, and everyone's kind of just working for themselves. If you don't have the right guys in that locker room to keep this whole thing together.
But explain to me, you have Dexter Lawrence, you have Brian Burns.
What kind of season is Dexter Lawrence having? Does he look
not
fully
a good season? When
you hear him after game, you hear him on interviews, does he look fully engaged to you this season?
So then you're a joke. You are exactly what we thought you were then. It's a joke.
I don't think it's any accident.
Paulson Adebo, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Bobby Okereke. It's not like there's a lack of what should be leadership on the defense here.
No, you're right. The amount of money and draft equity you put into that side of the ball, you're absolutely right. That's on Shane Bowen. That's on Brian Dable. I give Kafka credit. I'm sure it's something that he's seen happening.
Yeah, I'm sure he's seen it. He hated it, and there was really nothing he could do about it.
Right. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Last time that happened, Wink ended up
right. Wink was gone.
Right. So again, I think that's the tough part sometimes as an assistant coach is you're at the mercy of what the head coach wants to do. So finally, he gets the job now, and he can start holding people accountable. But yeah, I think you're just getting kind of a snapshot as to what's going on inside that locker room and why they're sitting here 2-9, soon to be probably 2-11.
Yep, exactly that. Eric Mastrogiovanni, and this is not fair. Let me guess now. You guys are going to blame Shane for making a bad draft pick with Carter. Nobody ever said we're blaming anybody.
It's not Shane's fault. No, it's not Shane's fault. I mean, this is part of the. I mean, this would be something that I think you would probably want to do your due diligence on. Like, I mean, hey, you're talking to his coaches. What kind of guy is he? How is he? Does he show up to meetings? Like all that stuff. How does he study?
By the way, there's some big you-know-whats. I know he's a third pick of the draft. Could you imagine when you were the first pick of the draft, could you imagine they're having walkthroughs and you're sleeping through them as a rookie?
No, I can't even, dude. I couldn't imagine asking for Billy. Can you imagine if can I have Billy Smith's number?
Right. This guy, and Billy Smith, no disrespect to him, is not Lawrence Taylor of the NHL, right?
Well, playoff wise, he's one of the best big game goalies in the history of the sport. Oh, but he's not considered the best goalie of all time, right? I mean, there are people that say Lawrence Taylor's the best football player of all time. So no,
right,
but I'm saying
like you asked for his number, and then you went to Phil Simms.
Right.
And now you don't show up for team walkthroughs consistently all season long. It's great. It's just
well, and on top of that, you
great.
only have half a sack. Now, I know
right.
2.5 sacks have been called back because of penalties, but, I mean, all we've done is try to, I think for the most part, because Giants fans wanted to work out and they want to defend their own, when people would say Abdul Carter is not living up to the hype, they would always point to he's got 35 pressures. But it's like, okay, I mean, is that what you really wanted?
Well,
is that why you drafted him?
Yes, you want
overall?
pressures, and at some point it has to translate into actual sacks, and it hasn't.
Right, but, I mean, you're trying to protect this kid, not even realizing what's going on behind closed doors. Or maybe there's a reason why he only has half a sack. Because the guy clearly doesn't take the week leading up to the games as serious as he probably should be.
No, I think that's pretty obvious.
I think at college he probably could just get away with it. Like, what do I need a meeting for?
Well, it's just so freakishly great.
That's right. Just show up. I'm awesome. But now you get to this level, and it's like, no. Like, that part of being a pro and having the kind of success that Brian Burns is having right now isn't strictly based on his physical ability. Like, there's a whole lot of other things that go into this. And if you got no one there to show you that, or you don't got a coaching staff that's gonna take you through it, like Brian Dable was doing with Jaxson Dart, and maybe his focus was so much on Jaxson Dart that he lost track of what else was going on. But it sounds like that's just kind of the locker room that he ran anyway. Great. And you wonder why they were awful under this guy. I mean, the more that comes out, the more sense it kind of makes. Let's break. 800-919-3776. So they're 2-9. They've lost 5 in a row. They're all at WWE Raw last night, having fun and showing up on time. So does that bother you? Is it just me, the lunatic that I am? That happens. They show up. They're involved, and it bothers me? Or does it bother other people out there as well? 800-919-3776. And then we'll get into the Knicks, too. That was an entertaining game, and it didn't end the way you would hope. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their saving. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5S all-wheel drive for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S0754711. MSRP $31,070. Zero security deposit. Ends 12/1/25.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
On the golf tee, it's Skechers World Champions Cup. Watch it live December 4th and 5th on ESPN and ESPN Plus, 12 to 4 p.m. It's PGA Champions Tour golfers from all over the world. Team USA versus Team Europe versus Team International. Watch it live December 4th and 5th on ESPN and ESPN Plus, 12 to 4 p.m. The competition will be tense, but feet will be comfy. Tune in to Skechers World Champions Cup. Final round of golf on Sunday, December 7th on ABC, 1 to 5 p.m.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has all the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats right at your fingertips, get personalized parlays built just for you, and with your fantasy teams synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
DNR with you, ESPN New York. I know this. This is John Cena.
That a boy.
See? I know what's happening in the wrestling.
You know some of it.
Some of it, yeah. Just
Can't
by
see
osmosis, I pick it up.
You can't see me. Can't see that paper cut.
Into wrestling at all?
Not really, no.
Yeah. My boys never, ever had any interest in wrestling.
For whatever reason, though, like Rocco does, like he will say John Cena for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really watch it, but he knows who John Cena is.
Well, John Cena's a big deal.
John Cena's a huge deal. Yeah, I don't know if he knows him more from movies than he does wrestling, but he knows he definitely knows who John Cena is.
I got an email from this is actually nice email. From Dorothy.
Wow.
Hi, Dave. I've always listened and have recently began watching on YouTube. For years, I've heard you compliment RJ and Ray, but I have to say, with the weight loss, the salt and pepper beard, the hats you wear, it's officially Dave's season. I truly think you've surpassed the others and are now the best-looking individual on the show. Sherry is a very lucky lady.
Wow.
Thoughts always, Dorothy P.
Wow, Dorothy P. I wonder if she's a single, sexy 30-year-old
She
lady.
doesn't establish herself as a single, sexy 30-something-year-old, but I'll take the compliment.
You know what you should do with that little nice email? You forward that right over to Sherry.
Why?
Listen, just it's like, hey.
Just to let you know.
Just a reminder. Dorothy P. thinks you're pretty lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Weight loss, salt and pepper. I
don't think Sherry sees it like that, though.
The hats you wear.
Yeah, the hats I wear.
She's too busy taking care of you to realize how sexy you are right now.
I think that's probably true.
As you're writhing in pain because of a paper cut.
Yeah, and she didn't even give me the attention I needed.
She wouldn't talk. She was mad at your son for having a legitimate hip injury. What do you think she's going to do when you have a paper cut?
Yeah. It's a very fair point.
Yes, the woman blew out her knee.
That's and walked to Ben's baseball game.
Right. It just battled through it.
Yeah. She's like, I think something's wrong. I was like, yeah, stop it. You're fine.
Well, because you don't
typically tear up your
ACL
knee.
Is gone.
Yeah. Had to have ACL surgery. Not great. So, did you want to tell me something NBA related? Is that
as a matter of fact, you know what? You mentioned the Knicks, and my first thought is tough loss, but also FanDuel because it is the number one sportsbook for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay, or you can track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the player you love the way you want. Head to FanDuel.com/Rick to sign up today. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, David, you can call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
You know what? Brown Shirt is the scourge of this station.
Why?
Because now they're so good.
I mean, don't you want them to be good?
No.
I'd like to.
No.
I want my partners to feel like I'm giving them everything I have.
RJ, don't you look at Mike Brown Shirt differently now? What, like, now he made him capable and competent and confident when he does his reads. That's the last thing we want to have happen on this station, on the show.
Well, but I mean, you want, like Rick said, partners to be happy. I mean, I think that's one. Our entertainment is a close second. But, listen.
But if he screws up that read, and we now do a deep dive into what's wrong and how he messed it up, that's a lot of, like, you know, unpaid promotion for whatever partner he's talking about.
Listen, much like basketball, reads are a game of runs. He's on the heater right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you think it'll come back to the means?
I mean, law of averages suggests at some point. He's actually been really good with his records, too, which is...
Oh, great.
Yeah.
This is all Brownshir's fault.
Listen, Brownshir's a good coach. I'm trying to make myself better and, in turn, make it easier on RJ and Raymond because no one wants to sit there while I go 1-2, 3-2-1, 3-2-1, and screw up read after read.
There is nothing. I mean, I almost feel like we could like sell an auction to watch you have done reads in the past.
Is that really what we're about, though? Encouraging each other to be better? I mean, in theory, that sounds great. But that's not what we're about.
No, we're about you know what? We find a scab and we pick it till it's raw. Is what we are.
That's disgusting.
But then you get pushed to the brink of either exploding or insanity, and then people back off. That's what we're about.
That's right. It's a constant volley between, hey, does he have sanity? No. All right, let's slow down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we push forward.
It was like when I yelled at Dave. It's like he finally got there to check a box. It's all right. Well, the Jets and Giants next.
RJ snapped. Good. Okay, moving along.
Finally got that done.
Yep. Check that off the rundown. Yeah, we get each other to the point where it's like, do I really want to do this anymore? And then we back off. Yes,
yeah,
I do.
I mean, I'm going to leave. You can't handle it. Ray gets saucy and nasty.
Ray had a nasty week, period, last week. Last week he was feisty.
Nasty week yesterday.
He was
feisty.
Last week he got this disgusting Rangers shirt on today. Ugh.
So, you know, you leave that man alone.
Gross.
It's a nice-looking shirt.
He's
cold
out
there.
there.
Playing better hockey, too.
You're lucky I don't jump all over you like Jonathan Quick did the other night. Come flying out.
He went nuts.
He's feisty.
He was very well reserved, typically. All right, so the Knicks last night, I mean, what level of anger did you have with that game? I mean, they lost it. They were right there. They had a good chance to win. They couldn't succeed down the stretch, and Miami walks away with a 2-point win. You frustrated, annoyed, or just like, all right, it's game whatever of the regular season?
Well, I mean, let's face it. Two of your best players are out. Now, I know on the other side of it,
yeah, but two of their best players are out also.
Two of their best players out. I mean, I think the bigger concern is just trying to figure this thing out on the road, right? We haven't won a road game yet, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is fairly important. But, chances.
What are they, 0-4 on the road so far?
0-4 on the road, yeah, chances at the end. I don't know if I necessarily loved the shot selection, especially the first shot, Deuce's first shot before the goaltend. But, last one, he's aggressive. Throws up the floater, and then Karl-Anthony Towns gets a good look at the end. But, I wasn't devastated that they lost.
I guess my question to you would be, because you look at the East, and I know it's very, very early, right? I mean, you're 14, 15 games in, something in that range. Knicks have played 13 games, as a matter of fact. Do you look at this and say, it's all clogged up at the top, and I don't want to wind up being the 5 or the 6 seed? Or do you look at this and say, just get me healthy to the postseason and nothing else really ultimately matters?
Well, I think it's going to depend on how we continue to progress on the road. Like, if it just turns out, for whatever reason, that we're, like, clearly a much better home team than we are a road team, then I would prefer to have these series finish up in my building, if that's something that ends up being important for this team. if we eventually figure it out on the road and it's not going to matter, then yeah, I mean, I still would like our chances. I think last night probably speaks to the amount of depth that we had outside of the last couple of shots. Deuce had a good game. Shamet didn't have the same kind of game he had on Friday, which again, I mean, how often is Landry Shamet going to do that? And then I mean, Miami making adjustments, right? The corner three, which is important to us. I think Allen said after the game, I think we were 1 for 7 on corner threes. Mike Brown was even admitting mistakes. Didn't like his challenge in the first half. Wishes he could do that. Do that over. But again, I mean, I think you recognize late in games when you have the best player in the league in clutch time that's a situation where you'd like the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands.
Correct, and you don't have Jalen Brunson.
Right.
Well, even Mike Brown, by the way.
Even Mikal Bridges probably in that spot. Right? I mean, if you're not going to take a three,
I wouldn't think Deuce would be the guy that you would go to in that spot.
Well, I think he could start the offense, but again, I go back to there was plenty of time. You had plenty of time to set that thing up and get a really good shot. I mean, at the end, because of the offensive rebound, you end up getting a pretty good look from Karl-Anthony Towns. But I mean, listen, I think we both agree the best mid-range shooter on your team is Mikal Bridges.
Oh, he's a terrific mid-range shooter.
Right. So if we're going to, if we're going to go for the tie and we're not shooting the three for the win, then give Mikal Bridges the opportunity to go do that.
I was surprised. I don't know if you felt like this. We'll hear from Mike Brown in a moment. I was surprised they ever called that a goaltending. That didn't look like a goaltending at all to me.
No, I mean, but again, I mean, there was that second where it's like, oh, and then they review it and it goes back to.
No, I was like, oh, great, tie game, here we go, and then but it the back of my head I was like, that didn't look like a goaltending.
No, and then the other thing too is because OG's out and because Jalen's out is. When you look at our bench, which is a much deeper bench than it's been in the past. I mean, now with those guys out of the starting lineup, you're not getting nearly as much production from your bench, right? You got two guys on your bench that score.
I mean, you're missing your best player, and you're missing your probably your best all-around player,
right?
So you're promoting two guys that would be coming off the bench into the starting lineup. Of course, you're not going to get the production,
right? And probably your best all-around defensive player.
Yes, I think that's probably true. Here is Mike Brown. You said he regretted using the challenge when he did. Here he is discussing using the challenge when he in fact did.
I thought in the first half we got a little sideways with the officials into the second half at the beginning, but our guys did a great job of refocusing and just trying to go win the game. I didn't help them out. It was a bad challenge that I did. I got to be better just as much as I'm telling those guys to be better. It was a bad challenge just from the simple fact that I couldn't help them in the second half with it because I had blown it in the first half. So I have to be better in that area.
It takes a lot of resistance, I would think. If I was a coach, I would never have a challenge left because a play goes awry 9 minutes into the game. They're like, challenge that, baby, let's go. It takes a lot of wherewithal to be like, okay, does it really matter if we get the basketball in this spot in the second quarter?
Well, probably not, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. What I actually take away from that and I appreciate is that it's clearly how this Knicks team deals with the officials, I think, is a point of emphasis for the coaching staff. Because, again, you've seen plenty of times where it feels like they allow the officials to take away from what they're trying to do. Like, they're so focused on complaining to the officials that they're not really focused on what they're supposed to be doing. And I think that's something that Mike Brown's trying to get rid of.
I think that's probably the wise move.
Right. So, I mean, by holding himself accountable and say, listen, I'm sitting here preaching to the guys that we can't be paying attention to the officials, which clearly affected us in the first half going into the second half, is I'm also going to call myself out. Right? Like, so I'm going to hold myself accountable because I'm trying to hold these guys accountable.
Right. And then I'm sure players hear that. They're like, oh, look, coach blames himself for that.
Right. Like, and this has happened where your best players, like Karl-Anthony Towns does it too much. You've seen Jalen get in the habit of doing it. Like, there are things you can control and there's things you can't. You can't control the referees. It doesn't matter how much you want to complain to them. It's not helping you. Right, like they're not going to start reversing calls because you're complaining the entire game. It probably goes the other way.
Maybe I'm wrong. I would think just the opposite. I would think if there's like a 50-50 play, you wouldn't get the benefit of the doubt because they look at you, they're like, oh, here comes the complainer, here comes the whiner again.
Right. So, I mean, that's that's something that I think that's been a problem, and he's trying to fix it. So, like, hopefully by holding himself accountable, it kind of sends the message that no one's above this thing, including myself. But, I mean, Miami goes on an 18-5 run. Give them credit that they fought all the way back and gave themselves a chance, but again, I think the more concerning part is even without your two of your best players, they also were missing, two of their better players.
Correct.
And you haven't won a game on the road yet.
And by the way, this is correct, right? They've played Miami 3 times already?
Yeah. That's right. Twice on the road and once at home.
They've played 13 games in Miami 3 times?
And listen, Miami's a good home team. I think Miami's 6-1 at home.
Well, no, it's not about, like, you play the same team 3 times in the first 13 games of the season?
It seems like a little bit much.
Seems ridiculous to me. Speaking of me, you know who I am?
You're Dave Rothenberg.
I'm Dave Rothenberg, and I'm here to tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. So what they do is they come into the home. They convert, in this case, Alex's bath to a shower. Unbelievable job. All right. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution. It's as Rick likes to say, it better be, and it is, a watertight fit. How long does it take? Under a day. Durable, easy solution, right? It's wonderful. No demo, no mess, lower cost than that standard replacement, which can get costly and expensive. And they have a special going on right now. Not only a special, the special of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete bath fitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today like we did. And do it simply at bathfitter.com. How's that? That's nice,
That was
right?
real nice. I got to tell you, I was at I was in Connecticut. I was at a hotel. Had a beautiful shower, I thought. Beautiful walk-in shower.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is a gorgeous shower. Tons of space. It's one of those showers, though, where the shower, it has no way to hold the water in. It's got like a little tiny little ledge and water all over the bathroom.
Oh, I hate that. So
that made no
there's
sense.
There's no door or anything.
No door. Just
I hate those. And
awful.
also, you know what about those? It doesn't hold the steam in then.
No, nothing.
So it doesn't stay as warm.
Nope.
So then you get in the outside coldness.
Outside
like,
coldness.
You know what it's like? It's like the McDLT. Like the hot side and the cold side. But I want it all hot in the shower.
I want it all hot in the shower. That's all I wanted.
You might not even know about the specification of this. This is exciting.
Oh.
ESPN New York Holiday Party is back. Both the Michael Kay Show, along with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, are bringing the holiday cheer to your mother's house in Garden City Park, Long Island, on Friday, December the 12th. We're once again collecting unwrapped toy donations this year to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation. It all kicks off at 1 o'clock on Friday, December the 12th at your mother's house, brought to you by Amazon Pickup. So that's exciting. That'll be a fun day for people to get out and meet the fellas.
That's really nice. Right on Long Island.
That's where we met the Mentalist last year.
That's the same place we met the Mentalist?
That's the event we met the Mentalist.
That's the event. I don't think it's the same place.
Right, but that's the event that we met the Mentalist. And that man, he can warp your mind with some of his
unbelievable
gymnastics.
Yeah, it's still, John, obviously, of all the people.
I've got him figured out.
I figured it out, guys. Such a pessimist, but I loved it.
It was remarkable is what it was. All right, let's break, come back, and let's get more into the Knicks and the Giants as well. Oh, and by the way, the Jets, they've named a starting quarterback, so we'll get into that too. Mel Kiper, CMT, very busy, as they always are Tuesday right here on ESPN New York.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about. And to remind ourselves that we're not alone. As seasons change and days grow darker sooner, it can be a tough time for many. This November, BetterHelp's encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. Short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and preferences, and our 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means we typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from our tailored recommendations. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, where the holidays get even happier.
Oh, yeah, DNR with you, ESPN New York. We, not NARC, we roll along on a Tuesday morning here. Mel Kiper is going to join us at about 8:15, and that's on the heels of a wonderful CMT run by the great RJ Santillo. So we got quite the day ahead of us today.
Yeah, Tuesday's a nice day.
Tuesday is a nice day.
It really is. Got Monday where Ray shines. Tuesday we got RJ shines. It's a nice mix. Really is.
Friday I think we all shine except for me with my picks.
Well, it's kind of a crapshoot.
Well,
there are a lot of people that aren't doing great with their picks.
If the same person continues to lose year after year after year, like maybe he saved me from me.
I've been trying to get rid of the picks for years. Years.
RJ, Ray, maybe it's time. Maybe I'm just not capable of doing the picks.
And what are you going to do, like tap out now?
No. I mean, I'll have to pay this year's debt, of course. But I think maybe maybe we shouldn't do them starting next year, just to save me from me.
Or you could keep doing them and keep losing.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this because I've asked for this every year for like the last 5 years, and you guys always say, no, we got to do the picks.
Yeah, but if the same person keeps losing every single time, it's no longer fun.
Don't you see what's
It's just
happening?
more pathetic.
It's fun for us.
I would argue that it's still fun.
He's relying on the reverse jinx gods now. I respect what he's doing. He started the momentum yesterday. And listen, you got to switch it up. I think we're just over the halfway point now of our picks because we go all the way to the Super Bowl. So.
You know what? I got to be like Costanza. If every decision you make is wrong, then the other decision must be right. I have to look at these picks and say, here we go. I love the Bills minus 5.5. Ipso facto, now I take the Texans. That has to be my recipe.
I will say this, though. I think that this year specifically, RJ's way of thinking has worked more times than it hasn't. Like, if you were going the way RJ, outside of, Joe Burrow, which was his other strategy, this looks fishy, so I'm on it.
Which, by the way, my other strategy, coming back next week.
Oh, no.
Joe Burrow will be back Thanksgiving night?
They're saying he's aiming for Thanksgiving.
Why is he doing this?
Guy wants to play, man.
He loves football.
Too
That's
much
future
football
Jet
left.
Joe Burrow for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because he'll choose the Jets.
That's right.
Right?
I mean, he's looking to make a run through all of the awful organizations in the NFL.
Can I not win a Super Bowl but turn around every bad organization?
Right. Bengals, check. Jets, check. Browns, check. Let me hit them all.
Yeah, on his list, I'm sure Jets is at the top of it. If I can get out of here, this is where I'd love to go.
Right. Where can I force the hand? I can get to play with the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't talk to Aaron Rodgers about how that
because
we're
such an attractive place. for a quarterback.
Yeah. Let's go to Subi, Midtown. Subi, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys, I know you guys don't love Cat, and so if you don't love him, why did you marry him? Especially because of his contract. You could have shipped him off for a marketing-type player.
What are you talking about?
You guys have been in between of loving Cat and not loving Cat, and now he's not playing as well as he should. Marketing is playing lights out in Utah. Why didn't we go after Marketing? Marketing could have been a great asset.
Right, but you understand how the front office feels about Cat, though, right?
Yeah, the front office is one thing. Actually,
it's the only
getting
thing.
top four seed, and not losing to the Pistons, who are a really good team. The East is packed, and now this new development of teams is more like the Thunder, not like the Big Three. So, what's your opinion about having a good team versus having a Big Three? Because at this point, there's more.
I don't even
Eastern
understand.
Conference is loaded.
You're not making sense. First of all, how is the East so packed? Who do you look at the East? Go ahead.
The Jazz, Cavs are playing really well.
The Jazz are in the West. Who in the East do you look at? You're like, that's a real problem.
The Pistons, the Cavs, Pistons and Cavs are playing really well, and those are the teams that Knicks can get knocked out in the first round. I'm not even joking.
Two teams, though. Right, but Subi, you named two teams. You said it was jam packed. You named two teams.
The depth of those teams, 1 through 9. People are saying the Knicks don't have. They have a better bench this year. I don't agree.
You're crazy.
2 players on their bench.
You're insane. Clarkson and Shamet off the bench, and Josh Hart off the bench. Make them a way better basketball team. I won't even say better, Sue, because I don't know yet. A way deeper basketball team. You didn't see that last night because you're without 2 starters in that game.
Yeah, but the Heat were out without Bam Adebayo. So, Knicks are not the only ones with injury problems, and I think they need more depth. But nobody said that. Marketing would have been a better choice.
You're taking whatever narrative, You're taking whatever narrative you want, and you're setting it up to just spew nonsense, really. The East is not packed. It's not packed.
Well, he named 2 teams, and then 3 because he put Utah in the mix.
Right. Well, you get Utah, who's a real problem in the East, and Utah's not even a problem in the West, by the way.
Utah's 5-8.
Yeah, Utah's a problem nowhere.
Utah's a bigger problem in the NHL right now. The Mammoth.
Detroit is a good team. Cleveland is a good team. If the big 2 teams that you have to get by are Detroit and Cleveland, in my opinion, that is far lesser than Indiana and Boston from last season.
Right, but I think because he went all over the place, I think his point really is that this shift in the NBA where it's less about big threes and more about the amount of depth that you like, good depth that you have, like the Thunder, who we mentioned.
But the Thunder are in a class to themselves.
Right. Listen, I didn't say it. Subi said it. And again, it is the most important thing is how the front office feels about Cat, not us.
Right.
Like they were willing to move on from.
And by the way, as good as Towns is, as good as Jalen Brunson is, they have a massive star in Shea. It's not even close to what the Knicks
MVP.
have.
Right.
He's the best player maybe in the world right now.
Listen, Oklahoma City is an absolute wagon right now, who just won a championship. That's what we're striving to be. Listen, is there a chance that this doesn't work out the way that we want it to work out, and we revisit the whole Giannis thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're not there yet.
No, and it's not up to us to go trade Cat for Lauri Markkanen. That's they're willing to move. They were willing to move off Tom Thibodeau because they didn't feel like they were getting the best out of Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns.
Would you say this, that if things don't go the way you would hope with the Knicks, that the guy that is going to be blamed is going to be Cat, though?
Yeah.
Right. Like you can see that right down the road. Like if it doesn't go the way that you hope it's going to go, that Cat's going to get the bulk of the blame.
Yeah, Cat was the kind of big swing. I know we gave up to get Mikal Bridges, but Mikal Bridges is not the same. Is not viewed as the same kind of player as Karl-Anthony Towns.
You don't have the same expectations for Mikal Bridges that you have with Karl-Anthony Towns.
No, Karl-Anthony Towns is supposed to be. I don't know. I think we kind of throw around superstar a little bit too much, but he's supposed to be just below that. And he's frustrating, man. I'll be the first to admit it.
Oh, I agree with that. There's times, I said last week, there's times I find him maddening.
But again, it's not my decision. It's not your decision. The front office made this decision. It's a name that you heard for how long? There was always speculation
forever. He's a New York kid. They love him. They love what he brings. The problem is that in the bigger games, it feels like you get a oftentimes kind of a vanishing act from him.
Right. I mean, there is a level of toughness that I don't think he brings all the time. And I think you saw that. What game was it? Where it was like, hey, they were in the fight, and it felt like it was Jalen was the only one in the fight. Where, I mean, it was like, hey, I mean, I'm going to try to drag you guys with me because no one else is ready for the kind of physicality that's happening in this game.
Right. And Jalen's a tough guy. OG's a tough guy.
Yeah, they're not afraid. But
No,
I mean,
Mitchell Robinson, say what you want, always injured, true, is a tough guy.
Yeah, he's a warrior. I mean, he battles. But I mean, I don't look at the East and say the East is packed. If you're going to give me two teams, right? You give me two teams.
Well, and are you terrified of those teams? I mean, they're good teams.
No, I don't say. I mean, I wouldn't sit here and tell you that I'm terrified of them, but I know that the level of physicality and toughness.
Agreed.
That's waiting for you if you play Detroit.
I mean,
Detroit
I tell you right
last
now,
year.
Eastern Conference Finals, Knicks Pistons. You don't sign for that right now?
Oh, of course I do. But again, I mean, I think that there would be I think you're speaking more towards the level of disappointment that there would be if you lost to Detroit. Because we kept saying that, right? Like, now's the time because those other teams are eventually going to catch up. Or there'll be a team that just pops up. Right? Like, I mean, because before it was Celtics and Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Celtics are out. You still got the Cavs, but it was like, okay, hey, we've got to make sure that we really try to capitalize on this window now because, Orlando's coming. Detroit's coming. Like, these teams are getting better, and, we got to make sure that we find a way to get the job done when we have the chance to.
I agree.
He's not wrong. Listen, Detroit's off to a great start.
They're a good team, but as far I've watched the Knicks my whole life. There have been massive teams in the way to try Chicago and Boston, and I don't look at this Detroit team and this Cleveland team. Not that they're not good teams; they are good teams. They're not the same hurdle that I grew up with the Knicks trying to get over the hump, like the Celtics with Bird and McHale and Parrish and
but you're talking
Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about some of the greatest teams of all time now.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. And but think about what they've had to get over in my lifetime. The Celtics, they never could. And then the Bulls with Jordan and Pippen and Rodman and Grant and Kerr and those teams. And now you're finally at the point where, Detroit, they're good. Cleveland is good. But it's not like it's the most daunting of tasks to get past these teams in a 7-game series. If you want to be an NBA final team, NBA finalist, you need to get by a team like that.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. And again, I'm not trying to hammer home Subi's point. I think all Subi was saying was that he clearly, for him, doesn't think that Cat is.
I understand.
Is the right player.
I don't
think. I mean, I don't know if Lauri Markkanen's the right player, but again, I mean, we'll have the season to find out. We'll have the postseason to find out. I mean, if we do get to that, what you suggested, where it's Eastern Conference Finals and it's us against Detroit, and we lose that series, then you're gonna have to take a step back and do some real.
I agree.
Figure this
and
thing
also,
out.
if not now, when? I mean, I think you could say Indiana's done.
Indiana's done, yeah.
Right? So Indiana's done. Boston is a shell of themselves. Toronto doesn't scare anybody. Atlanta's whatever. It's Detroit, it's Cleveland.
Right. Then for Subi, I guess those two teams make it loaded, or he just doesn't love those matchups.
And, if you position yourself properly, you won't even have to get by both of them. You'll just have to get by one of them.
Well, and that starts with potentially winning some games on the road.
Yes. Yeah, you got to straighten things out on the road. Speaking of all this NBA conversation, it gets me a little bubbly, a little heated. I don't know
excited.
why, though.
It gets you a little excited, doesn't it?
A little titillated, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Oh, tell me why.
Because our good friends at FanDuel. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what happens. FanDuel's the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays. I know you love those. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel's the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay. Or, how about this? You can track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. Head to FanDuel.com/Rick to sign up today. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Another beauty. Oh, another standing ovation. A beautiful, beautiful read. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and you have yourself a new starting quarterback. We discuss it next. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roads on this CMT Tuesday. Here's Kristen North.
Good morning, guys. The big story right now is in Queens on the Van Wyck northbound at the Grand Central Parkway. It's all because of a stalled tractor-trailer on the shoulder, but of course everyone's slowing down to take a look at the commotion. LIE is busy westbound from the Van Wyck out toward Woodhaven Boulevard. Over to the Bronx we go. It's stop and go on the Cross Bronx Expressway heading south between Castle Hill Avenue and Sheridan Boulevard. And Manhattan, the Harlem River Drive is jammed northbound from 3rd Avenue Bridge down toward the FDR Drive. Inbound upstairs at the GW Bridge, stall vehicle cleared. We have a 20-minute wait behind it. The lower deck is 5 to 10. Outbound, we're heavy across both decks. This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. I'm Kristen North, 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
Holiday cheer starts here. Stop by participating Optimum stores through December 20th for giveaways and Saturday visits with Santa and friends. Visit Optimum.com/Santa to learn more.
Michelle Smallman here for Gainbridge and their Give Back program, Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity. Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity's goal is to empower girls and women through sports and education, providing 32 organizations in 21 states $222 of grant funding during 2025. These grants aim to level the playing field and expand access to sports and education for girls and women across the country. Here's to a future with no limits for women's sports with Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I got a really bad paper cut yesterday because it wasn't your garden variety. It was on one of those big holiday magazines that you get.
Oh, no.
Swipe through, and all of a sudden I was like, oh! It was a big, thick book, and I put my index finger there and just swiped across. I was like, oh!
I'll tell you
and
what.
now I'm going to have to live with that.
It's probably going to be a scar.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I don't use this word loosely. Selfless.
On ESPN New York. And streaming live on YouTube.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Despite the blood loss last night and the pain of a shower, I battled through, and I thought I provided a pretty good first hour for everyone here today.
I give you credit.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily use the word selfless, but, I mean, toughness.
There's a resiliency that you're seeing today that you don't always see from me.
Which I didn't think it existed a couple weeks ago. I don't think on our five things, resiliency was at the top of your list, but clearly now you're making an effort, and I appreciate that. You're not perfect. None of us are perfect.
No one's perfect. I had a flub, slip ups. It's going to happen, bound to happen.
But if I can take that 5 and now get that to 3, we got resiliency up to 3, which means you're also growing at the same time.
That's growth.
I mean, I can't ask for anything else as a teammate.
Thank you for that. Well, you asked for a change at quarterback, and gosh darn it, you now have your change at quarterback. The Jets, I don't know if the plan was to make it public or it got out there, so he had to make it public, but it sounds like he told the guys.
That's rich.
Tyrod Taylor going to be your starting quarterback this week against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I don't think he had a choice, right? I think if you're going to be in that locker room telling your guys that we need you to do everything we ask because we want to put ourselves in the best position to win as many football games down the stretch here as possible, you can't keep running Justin Fields out there as the quarterback.
No.
You can't.
He's not competent. He's not capable.
Well, no, and this is who he's been. This is why he's been, on a couple different football teams. As high a draft pick as he was, and now, again, we can blame the Chicago Bears. He wasn't handled properly, but 4-2 with Pittsburgh, right? They couldn't wait to go to Russell Wilson. Never got his job back. And now, RJ had a stat in the rundown or the look at yesterday. Jets are averaging 130.5 yards per game passing, which would be the worst mark since 2022. Care to guess which team that was in 2022?
The Jets.
No. Also dysfunctional.
The Giants.
No, very functional now, though, with a new coach.
Very functional now with a new coach.
Think about it. Why would I be asking you this question?
There's a deep-seated meaning that I'm
right.
not...
There's a tie in here that seems pretty obvious to me. Had you read the look at
Chicago.
That's correct. Who was the quarterback of that Chicago Bears team?
Justin Fields.
That a boy.
Yeah.
So this is the worst since Justin Fields in Chicago.
Right. But we quarterbacks don't go on 3 teams in 3 years if they're good quarterbacks.
No, that's not true.
Come on.
Sam Darnold's done it.
Yeah, but
right?
Sam Darnold wasn't a good quarterback when he was starting that venture.
Well, but neither was Justin Fields, though. But he turned himself into a good quarterback. The hope was that he hadn't reached his full potential. And my argument the entire time was, of all the situations in the NFL, why would Justin Fields believe, when he looked at this team, the amount of talent around him, would this be all of a sudden where he resurrected his career?
Well, because I know that Pittsburgh, it felt like Pittsburgh half-heartedly wanted to try to keep him.
Yes.
They didn't make a full court press and demand he come back and be the quarterback. So you have to think why. Like, you look at Pittsburgh as a highly functional team, right?
I do.
Maybe the most, right?
That's right up there.
Right up there with Kansas City and Philadelphia. Like, they're I'm not saying they're the best team, but I'm saying as far as, like, handling their business, they handle it at a very high level. They didn't want him. Chicago moved on from him. He's I don't know how many options he had of where he could go this past offseason.
No, but that wasn't my point. Like, it wasn't a question as to whether, how many options, whether or how, he had a bunch of options. My point was that regardless of how many options he had, Giants decided that they felt like this would be the place where they could unlock something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they guarantee him $30 million. We know we'll be able to run the football, which they've been able to do. And then, the throwing the ball consistently will hopefully be something that he develops because, the relationship he had with Garrett Wilson, went to school with Jeremy Rucker, and we draft Mason Taylor. But then, and you and I were talking about this before the season, but then what? Mason Taylor's a rookie, right? What do you think teams are going to do? What, just like, we don't recognize that there's no one outside of Garrett Wilson? So, again, it's like, if we can slow down Garrett Wilson, they got no one else. Apparently, Aaron Glenn didn't really want to run him as much as we wanted him to because he was trying to protect him.
Which doesn't make any sense at all.
Which makes no sense. Again, I go back to Thursday Night Football where Kirk Herbstreit's like, their best passing play is when he runs. Well, that's not sustainable, especially if you're not going to run him as much as we want to run him. So they had to make a change. You can't tell the locker room again, like I said, like what we talked about with Mike Brown, right? The message to the locker room is if I'm gonna ask you guys to be accountable for how you treat the referees, I'm gonna also be accountable for the mistake I made, with the challenge. Like, I also make mistakes. I can't have my coach tell me, I'm all about putting you guys in the best position to win, and these are the things that you need to do, and I'm not doing the same thing. So now we get Tyrod Taylor, which should, I would imagine, help us to throw the football.
Should look better at least.
Yeah, we should be able to throw the football because Justin Fields just he made a couple good throws in that game. So I don't want to not mention that at least. There were a couple drops on good throws. But again, those throws are so few and far between that you need to take advantage of those. And if you don't, then it ends up looking like it did. He threw for 116 yards.
But that's every game. He can't throw the football. Not to mention he doesn't get any help from the guys that are trying to catch the football, right? Garrett Wilson is terrific, and after that, it's just it's putrid, really.
Yeah, it's not great. Bring in Mechie, who ends up catching a touchdown because he's wide open, and there are a couple good throws to A.D. Mitchell that he ends up dropping. But there's no consistency. Even at the end of the game, you're down 2 scores. There's 3 minutes left, and the coach on the sideline. You've been in this league long enough to understand that there needs to be a sense of urgency. You got someone in your ear telling you, we got to go, and you're just taking your time. He just does not do, outside of the physical gifts that he has, the other part of it really hasn't developed.
No, he's not an NFL quarterback.
No.
You can see how athletic he is. He's not an NFL quarterback. And to me, the big question is, I'm assuming either via trade or draft, you're going to have a different lead quarterback next year.
Yeah, I would probably expect to have just a whole new quarterback room.
That's what I'm saying.
So
you're going to punt him to the side and spend more money on another quarterback who's not with you. So you're going to have dead money with Rodgers, which you're going to have for next season as well.
I think it's 57.
Oh, which is a lot of money. You're going to have how much with Justin Fields next year?
Well, it's the 35 with Aaron, and then it's, I believe, the 22 with Justin.
All right, so $57 million that's all, and now you don't have a quarterback yet.
No, and I'm sure at some point we'll hear this. If Tyrod Taylor goes out and doesn't play well, we'll hear the Brady Cook needs to start. So at the very least, we can see what he looks like.
Well, maybe they bring back the guy with the ankle from last year, right? We got those calls also, didn't we?
Well, yeah. What's
the guy from Florida State?
Jordan Travis.
Jordan Travis, right? We got those calls. Why would you not? Because the guy can't walk.
Right, because he retired.
Right, because he can't walk. That's why he's not starting.
And the owner made him feel like crap about it. Thanks,
Woody. There's nothing sexier, nothing more attractive, nothing more appealing than the backup quarterback.
Right. So, until that changes, until they figure that out, that's why when we had the first, 5 first-round picks in 2021 and 22, it didn't work. Because the one pick that didn't work was the quarterback. Right? All the other picks hit. You had crazy success. To tell someone that you have 5 picks and 4 of the 5 are exactly what you hope for.
Really, for all intents and purposes, home runs, by the way.
Right. Great picks. And the one doesn't hit is the quarterback. Unfortunately, most important position in sports now is none of it works.
But if you flipped it, if I told you the quarterback's a home run and the other 4 guys are Evan Neal, you would be in a better spot right now than if the flip happened, which is what happened.
Robert Saleh probably has his job still.
Right. If you don't, and the thing is, how are they going to get a quarterback? I know they're going to pick high, but do you trust this team? And I guess it's just the track record, the history, the unknown with the current regime. But do you think they're going to get it right?
Do I think they're going to get it right?
Yes.
I don't know. I would lean towards no just because of the decision they made with Justin Fields on top of kind of like what Lewis said. It's for him, I think if we're looking at how you want to break this up, a level of importance, obviously picking the right guy is important. We all understand that because there are some guys you pick that you can't screw up. They're just that good. I don't know if any of those exist currently in college football. But he said the focus should be on, are you equipped internally? Do you have the right pieces in place? Do you have the right OC? Do you have the right quarterback coach?
Mm-hmm.
Because those are going to be, I would imagine, because there isn't this consensus. I guess Mendoza's that now. But, that's going to be ready to take that quarterback in and develop him the right way. And
right.
I'd say now, no.
So you need so many different things, right? Because there's not I don't even know who that guy is because we thought it would be Trevor Lawrence. He clearly has not been that guy. We didn't have any idea it would be Patrick Mahomes. He has been that guy, but then, of course, he's been blessed to work with Andy Reid. But are there any guys that are just pure home runs in this draft? I don't know that even exists. I don't even know that there's a quarterback. I don't know that there's not, but I don't know that there's a quarterback that's going to be really good in this draft. We have no idea. Mel says every week, I don't know.
Well, I think, and you heard Lewis say that. He called it an enigma. Yeah, so I don't, but, again, when do you decide to do it? How long can you wait? If it's not drafting the quarterback this year, can you put a good enough team together to win enough football games to take off the pressure so you can do it in 2027 when you have the 3 first-round picks.
I don't know how.
But there's I got to tell you.
I don't know how you can punt on quarterback for another season.
If it's not the draft, you tell me a veteran quarterback that you'd feel good about trading for right now.
As a stopgap for 1 year, or is the guy?
No, I just mean in general.
I mean, there's plenty of guys I'd feel good about trading for, but I don't know that any of those guys are going to be available.
Well, I'm talking about the ones that you think could potentially be available.
I mean, walk me through. Who am I looking at now?
Kyler Murray?
No, I don't want Kyler Murray.
I mean, does Liam Cohen think, hey, this isn't going to work with Trevor Lawrence?
I would be intrigued by Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but who's to say it's going to work with Trevor Lawrence now? They've done everything to try to get him going.
But who's going to say it's going to work with Mendoza? Who's going to say it's going to work with John Mateer? Who's going to say it's going to work with any of these guys?
At least you're not paying those guys.
Fair, but at least I know that Trevor Lawrence, the floor for Trevor Lawrence is at least he's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what Jets fans thought about that.
About a Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, someone like Trevor Lawrence.
And I said it the other day, and you said no way, and I still think I'd be no on this, but Bryce Young doesn't move the needle at all for you if they decide to move on from him?
I just don't. The smaller quarterbacks.
Yeah, I
just don't know. Like but that's another one. Like you brought in Canales to work to work with Bryce Young, right? I mean they're having some success down there. I mean, listen, like this last week he was great, but it's like, I mean, if Canales doesn't want him, now I want him. I don't know. I just feel like I would in a perfect world like my own guy.
Of course.
But again, we don't have a track record. Like we're probably like one of those teams that are better off having someone else develop the quarterback.
And you can't force it. Like if you want, I mean, yes, I think in a perfect world you'd want your own guy. But if that doesn't exist, if you look at Mendoza, you're like, well, we don't love him. And you look at who else is going to be in this draft. Say Dante Moore comes out, you're like, oh, we don't love him. You can't force it. You can't turn something that's not.
No, right. Like, I mean, that's the last thing you'd want to do. I mean, that's really when you start making mistakes, is when you force the issue.
Now, it felt like the Giants kind of forced it, but they got very fortunate.
Well, no, I think they were patient. I don't think they forced it. I think there was a level of patience because, again, they identified it was Jaden Daniels or Drake May. They couldn't get those. So they passed on, J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix and Bo Nix. And then it was pretty clear that after they went through the entire process where all of a sudden, like it's, again, I think we're learning this as we have Mel on more often. Like as much work as Mel's putting into this and, teams, college scouts and everything else are putting in this, like no real decisions are made until the season's over and the coaching staff really like dives into the tape and everything else. That Brian Daboll Jaxson Dart was his guy. To the point where he would have drafted him with the 3rd overall pick. That's how much he loved this guy.
But I wonder, it doesn't sound like he was Joe Shane's guy.
Again, which is why I almost just swore. Is Joe Shane still here? Because it feels like the good things we point to with Joe Shane were driven by the coach who's now fired. Like he went out of his way. We got your guy. Okay, great. Well, so let's put that Jaxson Dart in the Brian Daboll side of this thing.
Yeah. Okay, but if you're making sides here outside of Jaxson Dart, which is certainly a big hit, it looks like. What else does Brian Daboll have to hang his hat on?
Well, I don't think he's got nothing, but I'm just saying, like, even like the Malik Neighbors, I'm just saying, like, if Joe Shane's going to stick around, his sole purpose is to identify talent, right? Like, he's building your roster. So I can go back to Malik Neighbors. It sounded like, the rumor going around was that if Joe Shane had his choice, he would have went Odunze.
Rome Odunze, correct.
And Daboll loved Malik Neighbors. And that's worked out. So, again, how much credit do you give either guy? I don't know. Clearly, they're giving Joe Shane more credit than they did Brian Daboll. And listen, I think they made the right decision. I think they should have done it a year sooner. But if that means you wouldn't have got Jaxson Dart, then they made the right decision.
If you tell me that the Giants go 4-13 this season, which is no one would ever sign for that, especially on the heels of 3-14, but it means that you have your quarterback moving forward, which I think we do, I would sign for it.
Right. Yeah, I just don't know how the Trevor Lawrence thing. I didn't even know how that would work financially.
Well, he makes a fortune of money too.
I'm sitting here looking at it. His dead cap number for this season's 133.5. Next season's 116.5. So I don't know how willing Jacksonville is going to be to eat that money.
Probably not. Let's take a break. Phone calls lining up, 800-919-3776. More on the Jets quarterback situation and the Giants as well. A lot to do on this Tuesday. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. As seasons change and days grow darker sooner, it can be a tough time for many. This November, BetterHelp's encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. Short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and preferences, and our 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means we typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from our tailored recommendations. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM834925. MSRP $27,055. Zero security deposit. Ends 12/1/25.
Is college even worth it these days? At Empire State University, it actually is. They are SUNY's leading online university. Flexible, affordable, and built for real life. With more than 120 degree programs, you can study what matters most to you. And students agree, they're ranked #1 in student satisfaction among SUNY schools. Whether you are finishing what you started or starting fresh, your goals are within reach. See for yourself. Visit SUNYEmpire.edu before the next term begins.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
That 3. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Caffeine doesn't have to be bitter or boring anymore. 5-Hour Energy shots are bringing the flavor and energy. One of my personal favorites, Strawberry Banana. It's giving smoothie vibes in a compact caffeinated shot. Whether you like your energy sour, fruity, or tropical, with 17 flavors, there's something for everyone. And yeah, it's got as much caffeine as a 12-ounce cup of coffee, but with zero sugar and no crash. Big flavor, tiny bottle, tasty caffeine done right. You can grab yours in-store or hit up 5hourenergy.com or order on Amazon today.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. So I got scolded on Twitter, but I don't think it's any fault of my own.
What happened now?
And I don't think you knew either.
What?
Joe Zarita emails in. Dave, at least acknowledge the genius of Ray. He played Linkin Park's Paper Cut for the last rejoin in reference to your Paper Cut story. Those rejoins always go right over your head and are rarely acknowledged, you moron. Well, if I don't know, what am I supposed to do?
Here's the thing, though, okay? Sometimes I take full responsibility that I should be paying more attention. Other times, I feel like I'm trying to be locked into what we're going to talk about next, that I'm not even paying attention.
So did you know, though? You know the Paper Cut song?
I couldn't even have told you what the last song was.
It's
I got
Linkin
the John
Park
Cena
for
one.
reference.
Well, but I didn't even hear the song, though. I got the John Cena one.
John Cena, I got,
it.
and I mentioned.
Right, but I didn't even hear. I don't even remember hearing the song, period, on the rejoin.
Do you have Paper Cut by Linkin Park ready to go, Ray, or do you not have it readily available? Yeah. I didn't know this is
There's
Paper
no
Cut.
chance Dave would know that the song is called Paper Cut. No chance.
And all of a sudden I was like, oh!
Even if he recognized it, he wouldn't know it.
So you can attack me, and listen, I make plenty of mistakes, and I'm probably not even very good at this job.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
but for that.
I would say that as far as like one of our specialties, sports specialty, we are not a music outside of Raymond, probably a music, like a great music show.
I would agree with that.
I don't even think I'm that great, to be honest with you.
I think
your
if you're
rejoins are
looking
great.
for like musical analysis, DHR is probably the way you go.
I'm not great at anything besides sport. That's all I have.
Well, I don't even know if I
It's
listen
literally
to
all of RJ's analogies.
Like outside of occasionally, like on road trips, listening to some music. I usually have Sports Talk Radio on.
Yeah, Don always, when I worked with him for all those years, he was always amazed that I don't have a deep movie or musical or like John has finance.
It is jarring that you don't have like a second go-to.
No, I don't.
It's his family. It's his son. It's his wife.
Well, but he didn't have those things 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm very casual. Casual moviegoer, casual TV shows.
You're not a big TV guy. You're not a big movie guy. You're not a big music guy.
No.
You don't read for fun. So what besides sports, you're really, I mean, nothing.
That's great.
Right?
Goodness.
I don't have a major second option to go to. No. It's really just sports, and then
if they game plan for your sports viewing and your sports love and your sports analogies, and then you have to pivot, you can't.
2020, I was lost. I had nothing.
We're at the KBO. We were breaking down the KBO.
Stop. He doesn't love sports that much. He's watching the KBO.
All right, we all were watching the KBO. We were talking about it.
I remember watching.
We were talking about it, but moment of transparency, it was rough.
I was dialed.
2-day WrestleMania and NASCAR. Golf. Yeah, but I don't have listen, I have a lot of other little things sprinkled in.
Your hair.
I don't know if that's an interest.
He does have the hair.
Candy.
What do you mean it's not an interest? Your hair is
Halloween.
gorgeous.
Yeah, but these are all.
Halloween's it's a one-off.
Yeah, I have a lot of things like that. I have.
RJ's ranking the candy all year round. Reese's number one.
Yeah, it's tough. If you
well,
took
Reese's
it,
a Hall of Famer now. It used to be Costco. Now he can't even go to Costco anymore.
Think what happens if you take sports away. You take away all my interest, and I'm unemployed.
Do you think Mel is more diverse than RJ?
Yeah.
Because you think? Because
I think so.
The pumpkin pie?
Yeah, but come on, pumpkin pie is the equivalent to RJ's hair. You can't.
I think that Mel's got some other interest.
You think Mel has a second love?
Yep, crabs. Loves
Yeah,
crabs.
but
crab cakes and pumpkin pie. It's eating.
That's what Mel does. I will ask him. I mean, we'll have him on. We can ask him.
I think Mel likes to party a little bit. He talks about his orange crushes during the off season. I think.
Are you a partier?
No.
There was a time RJ was heavy into the bachelor parties. Felt like every other weekend.
RJ was going to a bachelor party every month.
Yeah.
That's true. And you were on the wedding circuit as well.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an interest, though, is it? I mean, I had fun
I don't
at
know.
them. Yeah, listen, man, I need to diversify.
You do. Can you develop a hobby? You like to travel.
Well, yeah, I do like that. I do find myself moving around.
Do you like puzzles?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean, no? Why are you so quick to say you don't like puzzles?
Puzzles?
Puzzles can be very entertaining.
When's the last time you did a puzzle?
So I don't do puzzles, but no. But Sherry and Ben, they do puzzles jointly. It's a beautiful thing. So they'll unfurl the puzzle from the box and put it on the dining room table, and one of them will do the borders and the edges, and then the next one will the next day will sit down and do a little bit of the middle pieces, and then they kind of jointly do a puzzle together but separate. It's beautiful to see.
That's a nice little mother-son bonding experience. That's nice.
And then they'll buy new puzzles, and then when they're done, they glue them together and they save them and have like a collection of all the puzzles they've done. It's very nice.
RJ, maybe you and your aunt start doing puzzles. That'd be nice.
If I buy a puzzle.
Wow. Yeah. You want a puzzle for Christmas?
No.
I think that'd be nice.
What about a sports puzzle?
Here's
like all the NFL helmets or something.
Listen, you guys had little children at one point. I could see a world where I get 40% of the way done, and then I'll come home one day.
It's gone.
And Antonio will be on top of the table. All pieces scattered. It'll be something in the toilet.
Does Antonio do Legos yet?
Not Legos, but he's got his blocks.
He's too small for Legos. So put him in and eat them. You can't put a tiny little Legos around
I don't remember.
2-year-old.
So, RJ, I worry about this. You need to find another outlet other than just sports.
Do I?
Crosswords? Crosswords are nice.
Yeah, you know what? And that's good for your mind.
Sudoku?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do a little Sudoku like when I'm on the elliptical or something occasionally. I get bored.
Why don't you start working out like Rick?
I can't do that either. That's a bar too high. Listen, I'm open to suggestions.
I'm thinking about quitting the whole workout thing. I think it's run its course. I think I've had enough of it.
That's your whole meaning.
I don't love it anymore.
You're not being a good role model for me.
I don't love it anymore.
Why don't you take it over? Maybe he's telling you it's going to die if he doesn't continue to do it. Why don't you tag in and be like, I got you.
Well,
I'll now pump my muscles.
Evidently, I need to find something. You told me without sports, I'm nothing. So
is that not true?
I don't know about nothing.
All right, take sports away. What do you have?
Yeah, I don't have a job. I don't have an interest.
I mean, you're a stay-at-home dad. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing to frown on with that. It's a very commendable thing.
Maybe,
but what
RJ, maybe what you would do is you get back into your first passion, which was paninis.
Help the people.
Yeah, maybe in Brooklyn, like a trendy panini spot.
Yeah, you know what? There are a couple. There's one in particular probably could use my services. So
who says no? Nice, delicious, crispy. Who doesn't like a panini?
It'd be like LeBron going back to Cleveland.
The wild thing is of the four of us, the one that's like the least able to have other things in their life is you.
Yeah, but here's the problem, though.
I got to keep you around as long as possible. I'm always that person.
Nobody would get any of my analogies. I'm like, listen, we're out of tomatoes. It's like when you lose your left guard. They'd be like, what?
What? Left guard?
Yeah, they'd look at me sideways.
Yeah, they would. See, John gets it. He says a good 1,000-piece puzzle can be thoroughly consuming.
You know how busy John is? I was talking to him yesterday about his schedule. I'm not sure there's anyone busier here, even maybe Rick, than John.
That's possible.
Where does he find time for puzzles? He's undefeated in fantasy.
Is he still undefeated?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He's 11-0.
Yeah, but this is good, though. We want this.
Do we?
Yeah, we want to set him up for the fall. It's like when the Patriots got all the way to the Super Bowl undefeated. That's the one that haunts Brady the most.
There's not that many more opportunities to fall, though.
Someone will take him down.
Someone will take him down.
Are you going to go to the playoffs, RJ?
I'm right there.
Oh, speaking of which, what's going on with the guillotine? Quickly. Am I safe?
You're safe.
Whew.
Again?
Yep.
My God.
Are you safe?
I'm also safe. Jake and Troy.
Battle in the guillotine finals.
Jake and Troy. John and Anthony are through as well. So Jake and Troy are.
So who's going out?
Jake and Troy.
Jake and Troy.
Done.
That's unfortunate.
Two guys I actually know.
Down to 6.
You're supposed to know everybody in this guillotine league. They're in the same office as us.
Well, I don't.
Yep. Jordan and Rick. Me and my guy Frank. John and Anthony still alive.
See, I know all
Frank the a-hole.
That allowed?
I could say that. I could say that.
All right.
Say it again.
We shouldn't.
I don't have to say it again. You should. I mean, you know what I said.
I didn't hear it.
What was Frank called?
We're still doing it.
Make a sports analogy, a funny one. Quickly.
Go to commercial.
Save us.
You know what? Let's go to some of the calls. Let's go to Artie in Brooklyn. Artie wants to get involved with the Jets conversation. Good morning, Artie.
Not happy. I'm not happy.
What's
I'm
wrong?
not happy. I'm sorry. I'm not happy. Because
What's wrong?
Aaron Glenn is sitting there, and he's looking at the Patriot game. He's saying that the number one reason why we lost is because of Fields.
No.
Is that what he's saying?
No.
Because he should have made that move against the Browns. Look, I'm not saying that Fields is the guy or whatever. All I know is he's signed for next year. This is a next year team right now.
Well, what does that mean, though?
He's not
going to be your starting quarterback next year.
I know that. But you know what?
Him.
It doesn't matter. Cut him. That's $10 million you're cutting.
All right.
If
I mean, so
it
doesn't work, what are you going to do?
The
Keep him
guy's
for what reason?
terrible. He's unplayable, Artie.
He was terrible against the Browns, man. Why? It's ridiculous.
And he was bad again in the first half.
He's letting the media make his move.
No, I think you're nuts. Listen, you could say a lot of things about Aaron Glenn. It feels like he's overwhelmed. It feels like he's not a great coach right now. But I don't think this guy's letting the media dictate anything to him. I think just the opposite.
Play Brady Cook. Okay, I'm fine with it. Winning games with Taylor means nothing. It means nothing.
What does Fields mean? We get to see more Justin Fields, who's not a competent NFL quarterback?
Next year.
I don't think he's going to be on the team next year.
Well, no, Artie, because he's signed for next year doesn't mean he's going to be definitively on your team next year.
Well, if you drop him, that's $10 million that you made a mistake on your back.
Right, and you're already
Listen,
you're already paying Aaron Rodgers $35 million.
Play him and see if he can get better.
He's not getting better.
That's what you're trying to do.
He's not getting better.
What week is coming up? Week 12. You need to see more of Justin Fields to know that he's not good?
All right. Listen, okay, you look at all the quarterbacks that you have, right? If he's your backup quarterback, that's such a bad move?
I think
if he can't throw the football, yeah.
This guy's terrible. I mean, what am I looking at?
We got to go in a second. You need to play him weeks 12 through 17 or 18 to determine whether he can be your backup quarterback for next season? Right? Like, haven't you seen enough, Rick, to know that?
Yeah, you've seen enough. Right. I mean, this is not like, again, like, it doesn't matter what Artie thinks or I think or what you think. It matters what the guys inside that locker room think. And if they've seen enough and recognize that even though they like Justin Fields as a guy, he is not good enough to help them win, then they have to make a change.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
There's still the point of the season where they're trying to win football games. We haven't gotten to the, hey, season's completely over now. We're not worried about winning football games. Let's see what Brady Cook looks like. Right, Tyrod Taylor's the backup. There was almost a change made before, but Tyrod Taylor was hurt. Now we're going to see what it looks like with Tyrod Taylor.
Right.
If we can actually like throw the ball more consistently and be a threat doing that as opposed to what we are right now, where you had a first half against the Patriots where somehow you're only down 7 points and your quarterback was 4 for 7 for 23 yards.
I can't believe he's so upset that he has to call the show to express that, oh, God, I can't believe Justin Fields is not starting this week.
Now, listen, there is a little piece of me that does think that Aaron Glenn is definitely paying attention to what's going on with what's being said in the media. I don't necessarily know if this decision was made because of that.
I don't think so at all.
But I think he does. I think he does know exactly what's going on.
Let's take a break. Come back. We got CMT. We got Mel. We got it all. It's DNR with you, ESPN New York.
FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. Head to FanDuel.com/Rick to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. All in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
We are moving now.
Electric bikes are everywhere. They are quiet and very fast. Teens ride them on the roads, in bike lanes, but also in places they should not be, like sidewalks and parks.
Look out!
When you ride, wear a helmet. Don't speed. Watch out for pedestrians and cars. New York State and your community have specific rules for electric bikes. Follow them. Go to trafficsafety.ny.gov for more info. A message brought to you by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather. new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends, Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Holding. Defense.
The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Maybe we found our thing for RJ? I don't know if it's a thing, Rick. You'll have to let me know. He claims he's elite at keeping in touch with people. Is that a second passion?
I don't think it's a passion.
No?
No, I mean, I think it's
something you're good at.
Yeah, something you're good at. It's a skill. I mean, we could probably learn from him. I don't think I'm great at that.
So then he doesn't really have that second thing.
It's not coming. It's not happening.
Like if Brunson is the 1A and Towns is the 1B, RJ, you don't have a Karl Anthony Towns in your life.
I don't know that I'm looking for one, though.
Well, maybe, hold on. Maybe what he's doing, though, is allowing now the opportunity for whatever Antonio gets into to be his second passion. Right? He becomes like a great soccer dad. Or he helps out with Antonio's soccer team.
But yeah, I think now what will happen, though, is eventually down the road, that's going to kind of go away, and that'll be difficult to deal with. But yeah, throw yourself into the kids. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, listen, I'm not. Maybe that's part of the problem. I'm not looking to evolve. I think I am what I am.
Well, you're a sports caveman is what you are.
Yeah.
You like it.
I think so. I think that's right.
You know what we didn't talk about either, by the way?
What?
Well, I mean, in fairness, I don't think it's a big topic anyway. I was going through my notes this morning. Two things. First was last night. If you had the over-under in that game last night, which was 50.
Oh, when CeeDee Lamb dropped the football?
Well, no, and them taking knees at the end.
Oh, but taking knees, I understand. The game was over.
I know, but it's 50. It was 49.
Yeah, but if Dak makes a better throw and CeeDee Lamb catches that ball and
correct.
goes in,
right? But I'm just saying, if you had that, then they're back down there and they take a knee on fourth down instead of kicking the field goal,
right?
And you're stuck at 49,
right?
Other thing we didn't talk about yesterday, and I'm mad that we didn't talk about it because we're going around the league. Why? Again, I told you, Cass's dad, who's a huge Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, doesn't necessarily love Todd Bowles at the moment. The decision to punt. 3rd and 2, they throw it.
Punted on 3rd down?
No. 3rd and 2, they throw it.
No.
4th down, they punt it. Rather than we can't stop anybody. Maybe we run it on 3rd and 2 because we're going to go for it on 4th down. They end up punting it, and then, of course, Buffalo just goes right back down and scores.
Right back down the field and scores. I was reading something. It's a good point. Something it like gave grades. It might have been like CBS Sports or something. Gave grades to all the quarterbacks this week.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, B+.
Well, it's still too many turnovers for him. I think in the first 4 games they had 1 turnover. Now it feels like every game they have multiple turnovers.
Ask him to do everything.
Listen, I'm not.
No
saying
one
you're
is
wrong.
asked to do more
and
on their team than Josh Allen.
And there was no Keon Coleman in that game either. For disciplinary reasons.
He was a healthy scratch.
I know because for the same kind of stuff that's going on with Abdul Carter. They kept him out the whole game.
Well, good on them.
Yeah, listen, Josh Allen had 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns. I mean, that's crazy. That's the second time he's done that.
I know. And I think the rest of the NFL in its entirety has done it once, and he's done it twice.
Right. So, yeah, they ask him to do a lot, but, I mean, he does have to find a way. I'm not saying it's easy to – I mean, dude, the play he made in the end zone where he decides he wants to try to pitch it forward to his guy gets intercepted, right? You can't do that.
No, of course. Well, he still does those things occasionally, but, I mean, no one is asked to do more on their team than him. Nobody.
Probably not.
Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, that's when it's Tully time. Devils visit the Lightning 7 o'clock tonight. Nets host the Celtics 7:30. Islanders in Dallas taking on the Stars at 8 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, the Rangers drop the puck in Vegas against the Golden Knights. So busy, busy, busy. And that's not even to mention 2 really good college basketball games at the Garden tonight. Michigan State, Kentucky, and Kansas Duke. And that's game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. RJ's going to run point on CMT in a couple moments, and then Mel Kiper at right around 8:15. So this is our extended segment. This is our uninterrupted time, and it's really good today.
Yeah.
Really good.
This is what I fought for. Almost a full hour. No commercials.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You promise you'll be honest.
I promise I'll be honest.
Because until this very moment, I totally forgot. I was thinking about our guests, and I was thinking about, well, today we have Mel, and tomorrow we have Louis Riddick, and Thursday it's Hasselbeck. Did you watch his team play on Friday night?
I didn't.
You totally forgot, right?
I totally forgot.
So we have no idea how they did.
And I'm so aggravated. I'm going to go. It's funny that you say that because I was thinking about that yesterday, that I was mad. I just lost, Friday just right out the window. If I can go back on the site, and I'm sure I could watch it probably.
Watch the stream?
Yeah, I'm sure they probably.
I'm sure.
I would imagine they probably have a way to watch it. But yeah, I wanted that. That was something I definitely.
What kind of friend
are
you? You made this commitment that you were going to absolutely. Oh, don't worry, Tim. I'm going to watch the game live, and you didn't.
Idiot. Well, listen. What can I tell you? I screwed up. Okay. I mean, a lot happened Friday.
You know what? Fair. I'll leave it at that. All I want is some accountability. If you're taking accountability, then in my book, you're fine.
I do feel terrible about it, though.
Find out at least if they won. What kind of mood he's going to be in on Thursday.
I'm doing that right now.
Let's go to Frank in Monroe. Frank, you're on ESPN.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Thank you for taking my call. I watch the WWE. See, I know I'm not 71 years old.
Whatever. You like it, you like
wrestling.
It. I wish RJ would like that.
But anyway, Cam Skattebo was at the event, ringside. He gets into a physical altercation with wrestlers at the ringside. They shove him pretty hard. He comes back at them. I think the Giants seriously have to address this situation. I mean, he's broken ankle, dislocated ankle, broken femur, and he's at an event getting involved with professional wrestlers. Totally uncalled for. Mike Kafka and the Giant organization, I believe, need to address this. What do you guys think?
I wholeheartedly agree with you, but I don't think I'm the person that gives the most reasonable, fair answer. So let's go around to the guys. Rick, do you have an issue with the Giants and Skattebo specifically, who's coming off a major injury, being there and getting involved physically with the wrestlers?
Physically, yeah, probably a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that was – I have no problem with him being added.
No, being there is fine.
Right. I don't know in my opinion, like having any like a physical encounter with the wrestlers was great coming off of
Could you
the injury
imagine if any of the Giants got hurt because they got involved in something at a WWE event?
No, I could not. I mean, you're talking about, listen, you just had Jack Hughes at a team dinner. Out now, what, 8 weeks?
They say.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, it's just... Again, do you think that something's going to happen? Probably not. But what happens if something does happen?
Well, I mean, most times nothing happens. Most
Right.
times you play football, nothing happens. But there's the times where something does happen. And could you imagine? Now, granted, he's already banged up, so I'm sure, he's already going to miss the season. So what is an injury? But it's ridiculous. Like, if I'm Tish and Mara and I see my star running back who's got a broken and dislocated ankle out there pushing and shoving with wrestlers, I'm just thinking, why is this happening?
Yeah, I don't think it's in the moment, they're 2-9. You were one of their best players. You had one of the most gruesome injuries that you could possibly have, and are trying to rehab from it. That Giants, as much as they love you, as Giants fans, want to see you getting pushed around by wrestlers ringside. Because again, is something going to happen? Probably not. But God forbid something does happen. You're also talking to the same person that it drives me crazy. Like in an NBA game where a guy's dealing with some kind of injury and he's sitting on the bench. Well, why are you sitting on the bench for? They don't need to be on the bench. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, even the Abdul Carter being there after what happened with him.
Well, that annoys me on a separate note. It's like you can't be on time for anything with the Giants, but the wrestling you're there and you're all motivated and you're excited about. I don't know.
Well rested.
You know what? And these things, and this is what happens. Same thing with Aaron Glenn when he does some of his nonsense. When you're 2-9, they stand out. If you're 6-3, nobody cares. Nobody.
No, you're right. But, I mean, just regardless of winning and losing, I mean, Cam Skattebo is one of your best offensive players.
Right. It doesn't make sense that he would be there doing physical exertion when the guy just, what happens if he falls down? What happens if he re-injures it? What happens if he injures it worse? Like, why would we be doing this?
Yeah, why even mess around? Why even mess around?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's see if he's going to behave. Shooter in Stamford. Shooter, you're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, boys. Good morning, companies. Long time
Good morning,
no talk.
Shooter.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, RJ. Real quick, for RJ, what if he becomes an avid reader, but he just reads sports books and mixes a thriller in here and there, RJ? How about that?
RJ, what do you think? Sports reading, and then you mix in a thriller every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy. Not crazy.
You know what, Shooter? But it's not a passion. He doesn't love reading, so I don't know that's going to take.
It could take. I don't like reading either, but when I read like I'm reading a Joe DiMaggio book, you get into it, you start to like it.
You're a teacher, right, Shooter?
Yeah.
Whole
He's
reading
a math teacher, though.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Dave pretends
I'm
like
a
he
math
likes
teacher.
reading.
I don't like reading.
I never pretend I like reading.
Every
I
time-
really don't enjoy reading.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I mean, complaining that you didn't get Coach K's book, didn't read it. I mean, Gary Myers' books. There's no chance.
I
you
read Gary Myers' book.
That baloney.
I swear to God, I read
You
Gary
finished the whole
Myers'
thing?
entire book.
Really?
When I was in Aruba last summer, not this past summer, the summer prior.
All right.
And I've almost finished reading The Outliers, which when we go to St. Martin in December, I'm going to finish there on the beach. Wow. I read on vacation is when I read. All right, Shooter, continue.
Sorry, what about the Stand By Me book, the Stephen King book? It's lots of short stories. You could try that, like The Running Man.
He's not going to read.
Okay?
It's not going to happen.
Zero.
It's not going
He's
to
not
happen.
reading,
All right,
Shooter.
all right.
Do you have a sports point, Shooter, you'd like to make?
Of course. In regards to Giants, I really, 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 and I don't know what you think, Dave, I want an established coach coming in. And I know, what's his name, from the Buck, John Gruden, has messed up. But now that Mara's kind of old and sick, maybe other voices come into his head and people talk him into it, and he takes someone like Gruden because we need a good coach at this point. We can't waste any more years. We got.
I agree with you that they need a good coach. I think that goes without saying. They need someone that's going to hold guys accountable and be a leader of men. And thanks for the call, I don't know that John Gruden is that guy anymore. I don't know that he's not, but I mean, is it worth the risk? Rick, when was the last time John Gruden was a successful coach in this league? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But yeah, I think we can all understand why that name keeps coming up.
Yeah, well, he loves Dart. He typically turns teams around. I think he's a good coach. If he didn't have the baggage, I would not be opposed to John Gruden at all. But he does.
But I think the point that you made is a good point, though. Like, I mean, when was the last time he did high-level winning? I think you like the fact that he has previous coaching experience. He won a Super Bowl, offensive-minded guy, can work with a young quarterback. Seems like he loves, he really likes Jaxson Dart. But, I mean, listen, they definitely should interview him. Yeah, absolutely interview him. Why wouldn't you?
Because of what he has, with the NFL.
But that's fine. I mean, you can go in with that mindset that he probably has a little bit more, of baggage that we don't want to deal with. But all of a sudden, you bring him in and you recognize that, hey, I mean, we do believe that this guy can stand in front of a locker room, be a leader of men, work with Jaxson Dart, get the best out of him, which means we'll win, which means no one will give a rat's you-know-what about the baggage. None of it will matter.
But if the Giants' ownership has an issue with the baggage going in, does that prevent him from even getting a sit-down conversation?
Listen, maybe, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't allow the baggage to deter me from at least giving him an interview.
Do you have any idea where his last job was? It wasn't a coaching job. He was an advisor with an organization. Do you have any idea what organization that is? I'd be very impressed if you did.
Oh, why do I know it? I feel like I should know this.
RJ, Raymond, do you have any idea the last job, 2024, John Gruden held?
So I was doing some background info on him.
Man.
Well, I actually just saw it. But no one's ever going to get this. It's not
He was
possible.
an advisor for the Milano Seamen.
Why couldn't they have the Rays?
Any other name.
The Tigers.
Any other name.
They're seamen.
God.
It's a sticky group.
Yeah.
By the way, I got some bad news, guys.
Oh, no.
Well, it's not the worst thing you could have said. Go ahead.
Some bad news. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to evolve as a human being, right? I'm trying to be a mature human being. Doesn't look like Tim's team won.
No.
Yeah.
So they're out?
I'm looking at it right now. Looks like they lost 15-17.
I think we just don't bring that up.
Did you just say 15-17?
Well, that's how it's. I mean, that's how it's on.
You know, you are the problem.
17-50,
RJ,
but that's how it's listed on the.
As someone who has no interest other than sports, it is a pet peeve of yours every day of the week not giving the lower score first.
17-15.
Actual sicko.
Yeah,
so Ray, you agree with me, right?
I'm with you on this.
That's
they
how it's
lost
on the website.
15-17.
I actually thought you misspoke and you meant to say 55 because you always said the winning score first.
17-15, you idiots.
I can't
It's
get
how
over
it's
it.
written on the website.
You're an actual sicko.
I actually can't. You know what? It's ruined the whole show for me.
Go on the website. It's 15-17. That's
Yeah,
how they
but you adjust it. You say they lost 17-15. You don't sit here and tell everyone they lost 15-17.
We don't do that here.
You lose credibility.
You shut your mouth.
All your time in the NHL, gone.
They lost 17-15, it looks
Thank
like.
you.
Yeah.
They lost 15-17.
It's not great. He's not going to be in a good mood.
No, he's not. I wonder if there's hot seat conversations.
I don't think there's any hot seat conversations.
You don't think?
No.
So he pops
I don't
on
think so.
Thursday. I'm like, I heard you lost 15-17. What do you think he says?
I don't think you say anything. I don't even think you bring it up.
No?
I think we
have to bring it up.
I heard you lost the last game 1-3. Yeah, this is how it sounds.
It's
I know how it
terrible,
sounds.
Ray.
This is how it's listed, okay? I made a
adjust.
mistake. I made a mistake.
You're competent. You're capable. You're
No,
a bright guy. You
clearly
got
I'm
into
not.
Harvard.
Clearly
you
I'm
think
not.
you walk into Harvard and you say something like that? They kick you to the curb.
They hear my reads, I'm right back in.
I don't know.
That was a misstep. What do you want me to tell you? I made a mistake.
I just hope the Islanders don't lose in Dallas tonight by like a 3-4 kind of score. That would be really awful.
Some people prefer it the way I said it.
Nobody.
Who are these people?
Some people
nobody.
prefer that.
Nobody
Yes.
prefers it like that.
The
Nobody.
Casuals.
People in
Casuals
rooms
like
with-
that.
You give the higher score any sport, any era, any day.
Yeah, it's only people in rooms with like padded walls.
You shut your
Right.
mouth because
And even they would be upset.
People who are a
They'd be
danger
running
to
headfirst
society.
into the wall, and then they'd hear Islanders lose 3-4, and they'd be like, "Excuse me, what are you talking about?"
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna always do it now. It's gonna be my
a
thing.
danger to themselves and others.
That's right. You're
Raiders
bringing down
lost 16 to
society with
33.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna every score like that now.
Well, and it's not going to hurt me. It's going to only hurt your credibility, which is already maybe irreparable right now.
Knicks lost 113-115 last night. That's what I'm doing.
You sound like you need better help. You can't do that.
If it bothers you this much, I'm gonna do it every time.
No, but I don't think you understand the damage you're going to do to yourself.
I made a misstep. Okay.
You're going to ruin your own credibility.
Okay, listen. Stop it.
You can never give the lower score first, ever.
It's the website's fault.
Oh, my God.
It was the website's fault.
It's not.
I'm sitting here. I'm trying to do work for the show.
15-17. I would expect my mother to say something like that.
Oh,
not you.
All right. Enough. I made a mistake. Okay.
Okay. RJ, I know you're bothered right now, and I know you won't say anything. You want to run?
Well, maybe if he had
points on
another
your
hobby, he
CMT?
wouldn't be so bothered.
What?
Maybe if he expanded his horizons a little bit.
I'm done.
Don't deflect this. This is on you.
Expand your horizons.
I'm
You're
good.
a one-trick pony.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't like this. CMT, let's go.
Let's go.
To cuddle. I'm servicing 3 times as many people as he's able to get to. To marry.
Not everyone can afford to take off work and pay whatever it costs to get a foursome.
Or to trash.
Let the wild rumpus begin.
That
Want a meat stick?
is the question.
Yeah, by the way, to answer your question, so John Gruden, before he was with the Seamen, he was with the Raiders. He was in the midst of a turnaround when it all went sideways. So his first year there, they went 4-12, obviously not good. Then 7-9, 8-8, and he was 3-2 when he got fired. They went on to go 10-7.
Team, right?
Yeah, that was a Rich Bisaccia year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were a 10-7 team. I mean,
do you have any clarity on the quarterback situation?
No.
And so,
what was that?
I'm not sure.
It's John Gruden. Sorry, that's Jay Gruden. I apologize.
Great.
All right.
It said
Playing
Gruden.
old
It said,
Jay Gruden
it said
clips.
Gruden.
And so before,
By the way, Cowboys win last night 16-33.
It's irritating.
At least I'm not firing off Jay Gruden clips.
You're not wrong.
I mean, come on.
Jay Gruden. Before that, he did take a decade off between the Bucs and the Raiders, so I guess it's been done before.
Maybe his work with the Seamen was so good that we forget about the baggage.
So right now, the top 3 seeds in the AFC.
I don't know why it's so funny.
If you had to take a wild stab at it, I'm sure you know. Top of the AFC is a little jarring when you examine it. You'd find the Broncos, the Patriots, and the Colts as the best teams. No Bills.
So right now, the number 1 seed is the Broncos, right?
Yeah, no Bills, no Chiefs, no Ravens up there. So I ask you, to cut on my trash, which of those 3 that you buy the most is a legitimate Super Bowl contender?
Broncos, Patriots, and who?
Colts.
Oh, the Milano Seamen have nice jerseys.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
Probably should leave it right there.
Can't believe that name was approved.
Why? The men of the sea.
All right, I'm thinking here. Broncos,
Think faster.
Patriots, and Colts. All right, who do I believe in the most, right? I'm going to marry... I'm going to marry the Patriots.
Oh.
Because I think there's a good chance they're going to get the 1 seed. So now you're going to get a bye and have to win 2 games at home. I'm going to marry New England. I'm going to cuddle the Colts. I'm going to trash the Broncos.
Wow.
I still think the journey for the Broncos is harder than any team, and for that, I will trash them.
Well, explain to me the journey, though. What kind of journey are we talking about here?
Well, look at their schedule.
Okay, but they're going to win the division.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, right now, you would think that they were going to win the division.
New England is definitively going to win the division, right?
Yes.
Okay. Colts are going to definitively win the division?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just think the Broncos have the toughest road to win the division. And I don't think there's much of a difference between the teams. I just think having the harder road, for me, would make them the least of those 3. You can have a differing opinion.
Well, no, it's not that I'm having a different opinion. I would ask you, like, of those 3 teams, what do you think the best unit of the 3 teams is? It's got to be Denver's defense, no?
Probably, yes.
I mean, Indy's offense, the way Jonathan Taylor's
all right,
playing.
but let me ask you this. What's the worst unit of those 3? Might be Denver's offense.
Probably Denver's offense.
Yeah.
So
would you rather have the best and the worst, or would you rather have somewhere in the middle? I don't know.
Well, listen, defense travels, right? So, I mean, that defense is going to give you a chance. I'm with you with the whole Patriots thing, though. I mean, the way Drake May is playing, the fact that when you look at their schedule, they're probably going to get the first, the first seed.
You think for a moment, let me tell you, you're listening to DiPietro Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York. All right, go ahead.
Denver just keeps finding ways, though.
Mm-hmm.
They
do.
Really good in
You're
the
not
fourth
wrong.
quarter.
They win games that they shouldn't win.
I just don't know how I feel about Bo Nix. I will marry, but I do like their defense. They're going to get Surtain back. I will marry the Patriots. I'll cuddle Denver. I'll trash the Colts.
I'll tell you, by the way, with where the league is at, it's just jarring to see. So, I mean, the Broncos have won 8 in a row. The Patriots have won 8 in a row over in the NFC. The best teams over there. Eagles have won 4 in a row. Rams have won 5 in a row. The Bears somehow are 3rd. They won 3 in a row. After the Raiders lost last night, so the Saints, if you go to the top 10 right now of the would-be draft order, the Saints are on bye, so we're going to take them out. I think because they also won the last time they played. They beat the Panthers, but they were off this particular week. So as of the worst teams in the league, in the top 10 that didn't have a bye, so just taking the Saints out, here are the losing streaks. 5, 3, 1, 4, 6, 5, 3, 2. The other 9 teams have combined losing streaks of 34 games in a row.
But RJ, these are all teams with 1 and 2 wins.
But it's a little jarring because there's always been a handful of really bad teams in the league. Feels like there are now we're approaching like a third of the league. It's nearly unwatchable.
Well, it's going to change this week.
Denver's going to win the division.
Probably so.
Looking at the two schedules, Denver's going to win the
Probably
Denver's
so.
going to get to. I mean, Denver's going to get to 11 or 12 wins.
But RJ, you talk about all these losses. You got Browns Raiders this week, so someone's got to win that, and you have Falcons Saints, so someone's going to win that.
Only because of scheduling.
Okay.
But alrighty, so not teams, but Dave has over the last week. I've kept very meticulous notes of this. Made it a point to tell me that the following three quarterbacks all really stink. Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm. He stinks.
Bo Nix.
He was much better this past week.
But in general.
I don't think he's very good now.
And J.J. McCarthy. So
who stinks the most?
Cuddle, marry, trash. Who stinks the most?
Oh, I think that this is easy.
I'm going to marry J.J. McCarthy. I'll cuddle Bo Nix. I'll trash Caleb Williams.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to marry J.J. He stinks the most, followed by Bo Nix. No, I don't know. The Nix-Williams one is interesting. J.J. McCarthy's clearly the marry, right?
It feels like you want to cuddle Caleb, Dave.
It feels like you just want to agree. Yep.
I can't. I'm gonna cuddle Nix. I'm gonna trash Williams.
So you think Caleb has the highest ceiling? Like you would take
of guys that I don't think are good. Yeah.
But of that group, like if I change the question, I said, who would you take moving forward as your quarterback? You'd take Caleb?
I don't think you take any of them.
I'd take my quarterback.
But you got to take one.
I don't want those guys.
I think if you can rein in Caleb Williams a little bit.
But you can't. But Ben Johnson can't.
Well, but this is year one.
It is year one.
It's year one.
They're 7-3.
How?
I don't know actually.
See, I think we get fooled by the records.
Well, how's Denver 9-2?
Again, it's because their defense is the best in football.
I understand that, but still.
And they've also gotten really good fortune, really unbelievable fortune.
I mean, you look at some of these wins. I mean, they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter against you guys.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
Alrighty, so 3 coaches lately that I have noticed that we have talked very glowingly about for the most part. But lately, maybe not the best. It depends who we're talking about here. Some are on the rise, some are on the fall. But if you had to start a team tomorrow, cuddle, marry, trash, which of these coaches you would take to be your own?
Mm-hmm.
This is actually very apropos for Dave. Let's just say they were available. Would it be Kevin O'Connell?
Oh.
Would it be Matt LaFleur? Or would it be Ben Johnson?
All right, I'm trashing Matt LaFleur. And now it's very difficult because I love both these guys.
That was a quick trash.
That was a real quick trash.
I don't even think it's much of a debate for me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
LaFleur could be in trouble actually.
I'm gonna cuddle.
Well, is that because of LaFleur or is that because of Jordan Love?
Yeah, but I'm looking
at
LaFleur since what did he take over?
Well, with Aaron, he had how many years of 13 wins? Is it 3 straight years of 13 wins?
Yeah, did LaFleur take over at 19? So he went 13, 13, 13, 8, 9, 11, and right now they're 6-3-1.
And he's been to the Super Bowl how many times with a team that probably should go at least once or twice, right?
I mean, if that's the bar. I mean, he's 73-36-1 as a head coach.
Listen, I'm not saying he's bad. Of those 3 offensive minds, I mean, look at their offense right now. They're a disaster. I'm trashing Matt LaFleur, and I feel good about it.
All right.
You know what's amazing about these coaches, though? Is that, like, how long they've been doing it. Like, Matt LaFleur started coaching in 2003 when he was 24 years old.
Yeah. I mean, they're coaching lifers. I'm going to cuddle, and I love Ben Johnson. I'm going to cuddle Ben Johnson. I'm going to marry him.
LaFleur played for a team called the Omaha Beef.
You think they ever took on the Seamen?
Imagine the Beef versus
God,
Seamen.
I hope not.
That's an epic battle.
The Omaha Beef.
To see who comes out on top. I will say,
Must
RJ,
you?
I am going to marry Kevin O'Connell.
Mm-hmm. And yes, he must.
Yes, I must. I will.
Did you short circuit?
Well, no, because Matt LaFleur has the
He's
track
very
record
proud
of
of
having
himself.
success.
Matt LaFleur,
Especially.
Yeah, I know he hasn't gone to the Super Bowl like this.
RJ, please stop trying to sway the.
I'm going to marry KOC.
You already married Kevin O'Connell.
I'm going to cuddle. He's got beautiful hair, too. I'm going to cuddle Matt LaFleur, and I'm going to still wait on Ben Johnson.
Okay.
I like Ben Johnson. I'm going to wait.
You'd give a kidney for Ben Johnson.
Oh, yeah, right. Of course I would. We got the wrong guy from the Detroit staff. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, you got a guy, though.
Yeah. At least he was on the Detroit staff.
That's great. Thanks, RJ.
Well, he has some words for you.
That's rich.
Yeah. So, it's been established.
Is this the good one where we make fun of me? Question?
No, actually.
Okay.
It's been established I have no legitimate second interest in life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm PJ. PJ's got a lot of interests. Most are debaucherous. Yeah, it's a good one. Hey, he doesn't care. He doesn't care for Canada either. But me, I'm a one-trick pony. As Rick said.
Those are our neighbors to the north. I can't believe you guys.
We had a hockey fracas yesterday. Rangers had a fracas.
They don't like us, Dave.
Rangers and Wings.
They're not our friends to the north. They don't like us.
I think they're great.
Now, listen,
you let them fool you.
For the most part, they are great. But they don't love you the way that you think they do.
No, they don't.
Montreal, great city. Toronto, great city.
Yeah, Montreal's a great city because you go to all the disgusting strip clubs in Montreal. I know your
I don't
game.
find them disgusting.
Is Montreal known for that?
Yes.
Yeah,
you talk about a life. I mean, you're
living.
gambling. You got boxes of porn.
Living.
Nice.
Dave's throwing loonies and toonies around those places like he's flush with all that cash.
I've
Nipple
been to
pants.
Canada.
Don says he loves Canada.
Right.
All of a sudden, you want him to defect.
I think that Don wishes he was a Canadian.
Partially.
Oh.
I think that's true.
You offer Don, like, we just pick your life up and move you to Vancouver tomorrow?
Oh, he'd be
Vancouver's a gorgeous city.
He loves Vancouver.
Loves Vancouver.
Little Banff. Oh, come on.
Well, Banff's Calgary.
I understand. I'm naming beautiful areas of Canada.
A lot of movies shot in Vancouver.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And people
It's the Hollywood of the North.
People roll around on the ground when the Canucks lose the cup. The Hollywood of the North. Do people call it that?
Yeah, they do.
All right, so
The Omaha beef.
the three of you, though, you have all legitimate interests outside of sports that are really having no impact directly on your life other than what we allow it to.
Some would say too many.
So, Cutter My Trash, which of the second interests of the three of you rank as most impressive in knowledge and ability in the space? Would it be Dave and his streaming, so your movies and your shows?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be Rick, and I know it pertains to sports, but Rick and his coaching, because he really takes a different hat and wears it in that instance of life? Or would it be Ray, and we hear this every day, and his musical prowess that he brings to us?
Oh, wow. What's the most impressive?
Yeah.
Who's up first, me?
That's right.
I'm going to marry Dave streaming. I mean, the level of commitment this man puts into getting through entire seasons of shows is impressive.
I'm in the midst of the Philadelphia Mafia story right now.
I mean, The Office went through, 9 seasons of The Office?
9 seasons, that's right.
Banging out 5 or 6 episodes a day. I'll marry that. I'm gonna cuddle Ray's music. I think it's an integral part of the show, bringing us back with all sorts of songs related to the show, and then I'll trash my different coaching hats.
No, that's not right. I'm gonna also marry my movies. What I do with the movies and the streaming it's borderline heroic. I mean,
you're the
it's
only
a world
person
unto itself.
You're the only person that would say no, as if you were setting it up to be selfless, and go, I appreciate the compliment, Rick.
Do you want truthful or do you want selfless? What do you want?
Give me truthful.
Okay. I'm going to marry my unbelievable amount of movies and TV. I'm going to cuddle your coaching. And I think he's great with the music and the drops and all the stuff that he comes back with. But I don't know that that's like a hobby unto itself.
Well,
like something that he enjoys doing outside of here. It's part of his job with us here.
Well, but it's classified under music.
I'm going to trash it.
All right.
Ray, I'd like your opinion here, just to see where you stand.
I think it's disrespectful to think that I don't carry music outside of here.
Then are you going to marry your musical prowess?
Yeah, I think I will. Actually, no, you know what? No, I'm going to marry Rick's coaching prowess because it's the dedication he has to that is on another level. Look what this guy does every day.
Thank you, Raymond.
He's literally taking himself off the show to take care of these things.
That's great.
Now cuddle
you know what? That's exactly what we're hoping to hear. He takes himself off the show to go deal with his other hobby.
That tells you the level of dedication to that point.
Great, good. That'll go over well with management.
Facts are facts, Dave. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'll put you in the trash. How about that?
Right in the trash. Right in the trash.
Congratulations on that 16-33 win last night.
I will treasure every moment of it.
Why am I taking shrapnel?
Everyone, do you know what happens when I get back to a corner? Everybody.
I
takes
married
shrapnel.
I know what's going to happen. Yes, we all know.
Mel Kiper Jr. It is time now for the Kiper Report, brought to you by Perisman Firm. Mel, how do you feel? You're a longtime fan of the game of football. Rick earlier today said that a team lost a game 15-17. How do you feel about that?
That drives me crazy.
Yep.
When people say scores like that, I don't understand. I mean, everybody's different. I could never say that. That could never come out of my mouth. A score being talked about that way.
Yep. Well,
it was written on the website like that.
Right now said 15-17.
It could because it was written on the website.
I will say this. When I write scores down, and like on my calendar, it's a special score. Because I obviously saw the Ravens. If they lose, I will say what they lost and do it the opposite way. So I'm not going to say a loss with them, 28-24. I'm going to say 24-28, lost 24-28. So when I write it down, it will be written that way. But to actually say it is a different ballgame.
It's craziness. I understand. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm watching the Simpson and Dante Moore and Mendoza. Am I crazy to think that none of these guys are great? Because that's every time I watch them, I think they're good and then not great, and I'm never wowed by watching any of these guys week in and week out.
It makes a lot of sense. I can probably agree with that. In terms of Mendoza, he doesn't have the wow factor. There's not the tremendous arm strength. He's not going to be able to be a runaround quarterback, even though he can. He's underrated in that area. But again, guys, we say that about Peyton Manning. What's Peyton Manning have coming out? He didn't have a great arm. He didn't have mobility. His horrible pro day was one of the worst ever, with the wobbly balls and the lack of arm strength shown at the pro day. Okay, so again, that's why I always get back to it's really Mendoza right now, because the schedule has allowed him. I mean, he didn't have a great game against Iowa. He didn't have a great game against Oregon. But, you think about they win those games. And the schedule, the Big Ten has been very mediocre this year. It's top-heavy. Then it's about a couple average teams, good teams, not great teams, good teams, and a lot of just mediocre teams. So he's really benefited. He's in the clubhouse now. He's got one game against Purdue left. That's it. And then you get into the playoffs. All three of these kids will be in the playoffs. And that's when I think you can say, okay, let's see how they do there. But I'm with you. There's no quarterback that just jumps out at you as just what. But, hey, some of the guys that didn't make it big. So Mendoza is going to be, whether or not Dante Moore ranks slightly, I just can't. Every time I want to move Dante down, he does something wow in the latter stages of a game, like he did against Iowa. Of course, against Minnesota, it was kind of pitch and catch. But I want to see the USC game and moving forward to Washington, see how he does there. Because Mendoza, you can see the 30 starts. You can see him benefit from all that experience at Cal, then this year at Indiana. He'll have, 34 starts at the end of his career? Dante Moore's in the teens. Ty Simpson's only has, the 10 starts. That's it. So you can see when you watch Mendoza the comfort level that he has playing this game, even with a new team like Indiana. You can just see it. And he's improved in the area of holding the ball. He can hold the ball, get it. He moved. Now he's getting it out. Now he's seeing things quicker, and he's reacting. He's trusting what he sees. So that's like I say, what's the best teacher? Experience, and he's had it.
Mel, I don't love comps, but is there any comp when you look at Mendoza that you feel like is pretty close in the NFL?
Well, people said Kirk Cousins when he was coming out. I think that's underestimated. Kirk was a fourth-round pick. Now, he should have gone higher when you go back and reevaluate it. But in terms of Mendoza, I look at, like I say, I brought up Peyton because, Peyton didn't have any wow stuff, and that was the same thing they said to me. I had guys in the league say if his name was Peyton Jones, it'd be a third-round pick. And then people reminded me of, they said the same thing about Shador. Why didn't you just rank Shador as a third-rounder when they were telling, because I came on this show last year and said they're saying the same thing about Shador. Well, if I'd have listened to that with Manning, how would I have looked? And I didn't listen to it with Shador either because it didn't work with Manning. And we'll see how it does with Shador Sanders. But at the end of the day, the league looks at it that way as well. There's some in the league, I say, that were not high on Peyton Manning at all. Some like Ryan Leaf better. Ryan Leaf had all the traits. Peyton Manning didn't. How'd that work out? So then there's no perfect way. This is not an exact science. Nobody has really figured out how to evaluate quarterbacks, because if you think you have, and where you think somebody is good at it and you bring him to your organization, he can draft a busted quarterback. There's no perfect formula here. Guys have had success with a couple guys. They're going to misevaluate some, because it's just very difficult to project quarterbacks from the collegiate level into the National Football League.
So, Mel, we're having issues here with Abdul Carter now. He's sleeping through meetings. He's not going to walkthroughs. The production is not what a lot of people thought it was going to be. So kind of a two-part question. Part one is, should there be concern about this? And number two is, was this on your radar at all heading into this draft?
No, and I think it's, again, a young player who has, half a sack and, went where he was supposed to go. I don't think anybody would have thought Abdul Carter should have dropped any further than he did. You redraft it now. I dropped him down to 5. Field Yates dropped him down to round 7. So, you can say, okay, if you want to call it an overreaction to what's going on, obviously players have to mature and grow with the game, and college isn't the NFL. But, again, we've seen evidence of that, and there's issues with players at all positions. And some, going back into history, I go back a long way. I'm going back almost 50 years. So I can obviously look at players that had some struggles early on and then got it together. And some that were big hits out of the gate and then struggled after that. So, Carter, obviously, they have to work with him internally there to make sure he's going to maximize all that ability. And that's up to the organization to be able to do that. Obviously, a young player hopefully learns from things that happen. Everybody's made mistakes. Everybody's done things, that they shouldn't have done or didn't do it the professional way they did early on, like they do after they get some experience. So hopefully he learns from this. Hopefully internally that organization makes sure that he goes back and does everything he can to be the great player we all thought he would be.
Yeah, right, Mel. As bad of a look as it is for Abdul Carter, I got to feel like that's on the organization also, like the coaching staff and the veteran players in that locker room, that they're doing a better job of kind of showing him what he's supposed to be doing, right?
Well, I guess that's the case in some ways. When you say an organization, you bring a player in, and you obviously have to work with that player. The player's young. There's a lot going on. And the way it is now with the social media and all the distractions and everything they do, it's just a lot to try to navigate. And just to the point, just to go back, because you talking about the quarterbacks. One of the guys that had you talking about, he don't see anything great with him. Well, like I say, going back to Josh Allen, my God, when Josh Allen came out. Look at all the haters he had. People, you can't be a quarterback if you can't pass the football, Mel. I heard that from people in the league. How can we draft this guy in the high when he can't pass the football? Well, this guy had size, great arm, great speed, great competitiveness, yeah. So again, look at that. That's an example. Guy had all the traits, and the people didn't like him. So, again, the Buffalo took him, but there were a lot of teams that didn't like him. So, and up till 3-4 years in the league, we're still hating on Josh. He was being hated on even last year. People saying he's overrated. So, just to the point about the players in general, first of all, Carter, give him some time to figure it out. And in terms of quarterbacks, I can just tell you, they may think they know, but nobody knows. I said this on draft day. People say, you think you know more than everybody. No, I said that the NFL is clueless when it comes to evaluating quarterbacks. So am I. So are everybody. So I'm not saying I know everything about quarterbacks. I've had some great calls. I've had some terrible calls. That's what everybody has. I was talking to a scout in the NFL over the weekend. Said the exact same thing. You just hope you get it right. That's what Ernie Accorsi always said. Once you get that quarterback. And Ernie had Johnny Unitas and Burt Jones and Bernie Kosar and Eli Manning and all those quarterbacks, right? He had. And you think about where John Elway, drafted John Elway. Ernie knows what a great quarterback is. He said once you get that guy, that's why he didn't want to give Elway away. That's why he left the Colts, because they were giving Elway away to Denver. He knew what Elway was. So at the end of the day, once you get that guy, you got a great chance. Then it's on the organization. Once you get the great quarterback, you got to be. Then with a coach, you got to win. But if you don't have that guy, I always said you're kind of spinning your wheels. And if you have an average quarterback who you can maybe win with, if you get everything around him, you can win with that guy. But once you get the great one, there's no more excuses. And like I said, fortunately for the Giants right now, they feel they have, in Jaxson Dart, that as we were talking about yesterday on the podcast, Greeny said it. He could be special. So once you get that guy, then it's up to the organization, the coaching staff, to win big. And if you don't win big, you guys got to go. Because once you get the quarterback in this league, you're way ahead of the game.
Especially on that first contract. All right, so you brought us to the Giants. What name or 2 or 3 interests you the most as being the next head coach with the Giants?
Well, I think that's a tough one because the names that you say, you look at, the coordinators, okay, Minter, defensive coordinator with the Chargers. Is that enough? Look what happened this past week. You go to Cliff Kingsbury last year in Washington. Look what happened this year because Jaden Daniels was injured. They had a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball. So it's just like you say. It's hard to really identify a coach, and then you say, okay, he's got to be able to work with that young quarterback. Well, you had Dayball, and you let him go. He worked with Josh. That didn't work. You had to cut ties there. So to answer your question, I've heard all the different names. That's something they have to do their work on and figure it out because there's nobody that really, I would say, jumps out right now as a guy would be in that. In college, it's easier. College, there's tons of candidates. And the NFL, it's a little bit different. And that's why I say this is not the year for that coordinator that you say just jumps out at you and says, boy, he screams, he's got to be that head coach. And sometimes it doesn't work anyway. So, like I say, to answer your question, you know all the names. I have not identified one guy that I would say this is the guy you got to go get.
Mel Kiper joins us here on the show. Mel, I'm interested to get your take on what's happening in Cleveland with Shedeur Sanders. You mentioned his name. Apparently, the offensive line hadn't heard his cadence, wasn't taking any first-team reps at all, and they kind of throw him into the mix, and it doesn't look good. What are your thoughts with how they're handling Shedeur down there?
Well, during the preseason, he wasn't getting any reps, and I kept saying, well, why not? Why not? You got two young quarterbacks. Why not? And he went in. Remember, he started that game against Carolina only because Dylan Gabriel had a hamstring, and they had to go to Shedeur, and he played well in that game. He would have played in that game till the third, fourth quarter. Okay, so that was going to be. They were making sure it was all about Dylan Gabriel. That's a Stefanski call. He made sure it was all about Dylan Gabriel, and they said they had a plan for Shedeur, and they were doing all these things, and now you can do a game where he was out there and he did the best he could. I'm obviously with the Ravens watching that game, thinking, boy, he's competing. He's putting the ball, he had the interception when he got hit at the knee level, and he was putting the ball where it was supposed to be placed, and it was just they were broken up, a lot of those passes, because they were tight coverage. He got out of the pocket, he moved, he showed he could move around, and could and they never seemed, bothered by what was going on, even though it wasn't going well. He got his team down there to the 25-yard line with a chance to win the game late. He competed for not having, like say, any reps, and they said my first throw was to Jerry Jeudy was in that game. Offensive line, cadence. I mean, come on. I said it. I've said it to you guys. I've said it for all these years. Organizations ruin quarterbacks more than quarterbacks ruin organizations. And 8 out of 10 times it's on the organization, not the quarterback. And here we talk about it again. How can that happen? You can't make this blank up, right? Is what we all say. You can't make this up. Well, it keeps happening. How can that happen? I have no clue.
All right, so answer this. I know it's very early in his NFL career. Do you have some reservations and concerns about J.J. McCarthy? Because watching that game, it was jarring, the receivers he was missing.
Well, I think this. I think when we say, J.J. wildly inconsistent, I mean, there are quarters where he looks like, boy, he would be, a quarterback you can be excited about the start to the Raven game. I thought, oh my, they're going to lose to this team. He is feeling it. He's making beautiful throws, and then it was gone. And then all of a sudden, he went from making beautiful throws to making. I brought it up yesterday in the podcast, like Nuclear Illusion, Bull Durham. You could say, wow, that was beautiful. If you could just bottle that, and he finally was able to. But you went through that time where, and Josh was in that same thing where you'd see the great throws and you'd see the inaccurate throws, and you figure it out. So he's got to figure that out. But he shows glimpses, he shows flashes of brilliance, and he just can't maintain a level of consistency. So for JJ, and he doesn't have experience yet, so he's still a work in progress from that standpoint. He's got to get more game experience and the pressure. I said this yesterday. You imagine the pressure on this kid just in his own mind, knowing Sam Darnold was here and they won. And Daniel Jones was here, and now look what he's doing. And I'm the guy now with a playoff team, and I got to be able to get this team where Sam got him and where Daniel's getting Indianapolis, and here I am. And that's, again, where with Kevin O'Connell and what's going on there, the expectations are playoffs, and he's just right now struggling with consistency. So I think it's a lot on J.J. McCarthy coming off an injury, coming out of Michigan, where I said when he was drafted to you guys. So I don't know what J.J. McCarthy would be. I'm going to be right on some evaluation. I'm going to be wrong. With J.J., I had no idea. Trey Lance, no idea. So I'll just tell you, there's some quarterbacks you just say, I don't know what he'll be. I just when you have that, you just wouldn't draft him, obviously. So it wouldn't have been my pick. But I could not tell you coming out of Michigan what kind of quarterback he would be, because he never had to carry that team. He made the great throw on 4th down to keep them alive against Alabama in a game they could have lost. But there were times in that game there was the same thing, where there was that wildly inconsistent play and missing some throws. He had the 2 pick sixes the previous year against TCU in the playoffs, cost him that game. So it's a more of the same, but he doesn't have the experience yet to make any final determination about the what type of quarterback he will be. And to your point, guys, one thing about the coaches, and I brought these. Bill Belichick says he's staying at North Carolina, right? Well, then you go to John Gruden. Where's John Gruden going to coach? Probably college, right? Probably college. If he's going to get a chance, it's probably going to be at the collegiate level. So those are some of the guys that you say, are there and are sitting there, and people talking about Joe Brady in Buffalo. Well, that's been up and down. They were talking about bringing Brian Daboll back to Buffalo at one point. So, like I said, when there's maybe they were talking about will Mike Tomlin be available if Pittsburgh doesn't play well down the stretch, and Baltimore rallies to win that division. Pittsburgh's been getting there, but just not good enough to do much, and hasn't won a playoff game in forever. So those are some of them. They bring up Lane Kiffin, right? Lane Kiffin for the Giants. So this is why, like I said, there's just not that coordinator that you say, boy, it screams. There's one or two coordinators that you got to go get. It's one of those years. And I'll tell you what, guys, this draft is shaping up as a very, very, very mediocre draft. Very mediocre draft in terms of the first round, trying to find players that are worthy of being way up there, the top 25 big board. This is not a draft that screams, boy, you're going to get some superstars in this draft. At least right now it doesn't. So the draft right now looks like it's going to be a little underwhelming.
All right, Mel, last one for me. So you mentioned Sam Darnold. I mean, right now, there's a conversation. We saw, Seattle play the Rams. Who the best team in the NFC is. Now, the Rams win that game. Matthew Stafford's playing at an MVP level. Sam Darnold, 4 picks. Is this he just had a bad game, or do you look at what happened in the most important games last season with Minnesota and saying this might be a Sam Darnold issue that he has?
No, I think the games last year, if you remember the 2 games at the end of the year, he had terrible interior offensive line play. That's why they went out and drafted Donovan Jaxson. That guard spot was terrible. It was like a turnstile. So he had no chance in those 2 games. That's why I was kind of surprised they kind of cut ties with Sam based on that. That wasn't Sam's fault. Even the quarterback ultimately looks bad. You saw, like you say, look at the numbers for Shedeur this past week. When you look at the 4 picks, you look at Josh on Sunday. Throws the interception in the end zone where he pushes it out, right? Instead of taking a safety, but it was intercepted. They only got 3, so it was actually it turned out to be okay. Then the interception, after that, where it was a throw that you say, okay, on 4th down, who cares? But look at the stat sheet; he's got 2 picks early on, right? But they weren't really bad. The one could have been bad, and the other one wasn't because it was a 4th down throw where you just got to throw it up and take your chances, and it was actually a 15-yard gain. In terms of Darnold, he's not perfect all the time, but he will have games like that. But no, I don't think there's any concern with Sam. And I said this when they came out. I was asked the question when Sam and Daniel Jones were both playing in the NFL as rookies. Which one's going to be better? Or which is there going to be a bust though? So I said no. I called a push. I think they're both the same. I always say Sam's the man, right? Well, Sam has the chance is the man right now. And you look where Daniel is. An MVP candidate along with Jonathan Taylor is going to get a lot of credit there, which he deserves. But in terms of Sam, I think they have to feel they have the right quarterback to go a long way, and they're one of those teams that's in the mix to be taking a long run this year. So Sam, everybody's going to have games like that. Josh has had them. Everybody's had them. So there's no question he's the right man for the job there.
All right, Mel, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week, Thanksgiving week, and maybe do a little pumpkin pie conversation. Thank you as always, Mel. We appreciate you.
Have a great week, guys. Take care.
There you go. And that's the Kiper Report brought to you by the Perisman Firm. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call the Perisman Firm now. It's 718-WORKERS and get the justice you deserve. The Perisman Firm, where your case is their cause. Let's break. Comeback update on Jaxson Dart. We'll do that next. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Perisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Perisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roads this morning, and here is Kristen North.
Good morning, guys. Still a trouble spot in Queens. Believe it or not, the Van Wyck is still tied up northbound at the Grand Central Parkway. A stalled tractor trailer has been sitting on the shoulder all morning long, causing some commotion. Bell Parkway eastbound at Farmers Boulevard, that crash takes out a lane. And we have some stop-and-go stuff on the Harlem River Drive in Manhattan, southbound from the 3rd Avenue Bridge down toward the FDR Drive. Getting better in the Bronx on the Deegan northbound, approaching 138th Street. An earlier crash has been cleared. And we're still slow on the Bronx River Parkway southbound right by Boston Road because of an earlier crash. Inbound Upstairs at the GW Bridge, 45 minutes. Lower deck is 35. Outbound, it's heavy across both decks. This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang. Duke's Mayo, that's some good mayo. Duke's Mayo is one with a catchy yellow lid. Full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. I'm Kristen North, 880 ESPN New York.
FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join, because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. Head to FanDuel.com/K to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds. Starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Rangers, of course, in action tonight, late night, off of that frustrating 1-2 loss to Detroit on Sunday night at the Garden. Hopefully they can find a way to right the ship. Islanders, they fell the other night to, who'd they fall to? Colorado. They've been playing some good hockey, those Avalanche, huh?
Colorado was legitimate, yeah. That's a really good hockey team. I mean, Nathan McKinnon is one of the best players in the world. I mean, that guy, between him and Cale Makar.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on Colorado.
When I did that shootout challenge in Vegas, I didn't do a shootout challenge with Makar, but he came on the ice and did like a demo, just his footwork, his skating, and then he came in and took a couple shots. Like the level of embarrassment I felt with one of the moves that he made, I was like, this is why I'm retired.
But don't you think he does that to a lot of goalies?
He did, but I went against McDavid. I went against, you name it, I went against him, and I was like, I did well, right? And then he came down, just how fast he was. He came down the side, and then made me think he was going to, wrap the puck around the net. And I just, like, in desperation, just, like, dove to the other side of the net, not realizing that he already, like, slipped. It
was already in the net?
It was already in the net.
Funny.
As I was diving across, I was like, oh, wow.
So Mike Kafka, he spoke yesterday, gave some updates on Jaxson Dart. Where are we? Let's find out from the Giants interim head coach about Jaxson Dart's availability.
Jackson's still in the protocol, so I'm just going to, see that through, talk with the medical, and when they give us the thumbs up, then we'll take the next action.
I mean, I would love to watch him play this week. My question to you would be, why? Like if we're sitting here during the week and we're uncertain on a Tuesday into a Wednesday, like, you've seen that he's good. There's still time after this game. Do I really need to push him back for this week against the Lions?
Yeah, I don't think I would. I mean, listen, no one's going to push him. Like, there's no sense of urgency that we need to force him back. But, I mean, if he's gone through the protocols, he feels good, and he passes all his tests, I think it's still – I mean, it's still important experience for him.
Oh, I agree with that. But, like, and maybe I'm wrong. I would err on the side of being overly cautious.
Yeah, listen, of course you would.
If he misses 2 games, and now what do the Giants have? They're 2-9, so they played 11. They have 6 more. So if he plays 5 games instead of 6, that's still important, meaningful snaps he gets down the
Of course it is.
Season.
And then you got 2 games before your bye. So, right, like, I mean, if there's any lasting effects of the concussion, then
you hold him out through that, then you let him come back. And I love the all-important Week 14 bye. Oh, just terrific stuff.
Well, he's the most important player you have right now.
It's
right?
not
Like, I
even
mean,
close.
the reason why this job is attractive, the reason why you have hope is because you have the quarterback. So the last thing you would want to do is, God forbid, push him for no reason, and he gets hit again, and now we're talking about his second concussion.
Right. Now, Kafka also spoke about how Jaxson Dart has to balance the aggressiveness while still staying healthy.
Jaxson, going through the whole draft process with him and understand what kind of player he is. He's an aggressive player, and that's what we love about him. But obviously, you want to show him some examples that he can learn from. I think he's going through that now. I think he'll continue to grow from those things. But at the end of the day, he is a competitor, and that's why we love this guy. And I think he'll continue to learn and grow. But you don't want to put a player like that in a box. Obviously, you want to give him some show him the examples that he can improve on, and I think he'll take that to the bank.
Well, I think there's a difference between aggressive and stupid. And there's sometimes when you watch him and you're like, what are you doing? You have to eliminate that.
Right. I mean, there's a difference between being aggressive and being reckless. And right now he errs on the side of being reckless. But, I mean, again, go back to his conversation he had with John Gruden, who did exactly what Mike Kafka's talking about. We recognize what kind of player you are. We love your mentality. We love your toughness. But here are some examples of plays where we don't need to take hits, where we already have the first down, get out of bounds. Correct. And there's plenty of those this season. But again, like, those plays were shown to him by John Gruden, who I'm sure he has a tremendous amount of respect for, and still hasn't changed. So until he can make that decision, you can show him all the tape you want. You're not benching him. You're not going to stop.
I get that. But don't you think that he looks at this and he's like, oh man, I can't play in this game, and I might not be able to play in the next game, and I'm having some physical issues. Rather than go to get the +2 or leap into a guy as I'm going out of bounds to create contact for no reason, maybe it'd be smarter and would keep me healthier to not do this kind of stuff.
Right. I mean, and hopefully that happens. But again, there's no guarantee that does happen. I don't care what the coach says to him or how many examples he shows to him. He's got to make that decision. I'm sure they've shown Josh Allen a bunch of different examples of plays that we don't like you to make. And there are times when he just goes back to who he is. Like, your natural instincts kick in. I mean, the play in the end zone the other day, instead of taking the safety that we were just talking about. Like, those are things that he knows he shouldn't do. Like, this is a play that I should make. But again, his competitiveness takes over, and he thinks he can make the play.
It's not like you have 5 minutes to make that decision, right?
It happens in an instant.
Right. It's spur of the moment. You have a nanosecond, make the right decision. Otherwise, God knows what's going to happen.
Right. I mean,
I'm not saying it's easy, but he's got to get there. Because if he doesn't get there, you're going to spend a lot of time in that blue tent, and you're going to miss a lot of time in the NFL.
Right. It's breaking a habit. And we know, we all dealt with different habits. I mean, that's not easy to do. So, I mean, hopefully this was kind of the wake-up call.
How long did it take for them to knock you're a puck-handling goalie out from you?
Well, they didn't do a very good job of it, because it was less about knocking that out of me and more like breaking my confidence to a level where I didn't know what to do.
Well, all right. Well, that's not very good.
Right. It wasn't. I don't know if it was handled properly, but no. There were certain times. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, every time the puck was put on the glass for a period of time, I would still go. I would try to stop it, because I would have, like, that's something I did in college, high school. Like, I would I could get to it. I could put my body up against the glass. I would stop it, and then I would clear the puck out. So, I mean, for the most part, it would work. But then there were the occasions where you'd play in a building where, scansions weren't great. It hit the glass, pop out in front of the net. I'm behind the net. Boom, puck's in the net. So it's like, is it really worth it? Like, if I stop, out of 5 wraps around the glass, I stop 2 of them. Is it worth risking the puck that hits the glass?
I would think that 1 goal would mean it's not worth risking it at all. I would think.
Exactly right. So that's something I had to learn. And then eventually it was like, you know what, this isn't even worth it. But there were the times when it's like we're on a penalty kill, puck's wrapped around the glass, and naturally my instinct is I'm going to jump behind it because I can stop it. So, like, I mean, it's not as easy as...
It's hard to diminish that in someone.
Yeah, right. It's not as easy because this is who he's always been.
Right. His natural instinct is to just play all in every play.
Yes, but, I mean, again, now he's hurt. He's not available for his team. He's got to stand on the sideline and watch when he wants to be out there and play. So hopefully this is kind of like the welcome to the NFL moment where, hey, these guys are bigger, stronger, faster. There's a real chance, like, even at his size, he's not big compared to these guys. 6'2", 220 is not big compared to these guys that are hitting him.
Josh Allen.
So, I mean, I can't afford to take these hits. My team needs me. I want to be on the field, so it's something that I'm going to have to start making better decisions.
I don't like that it's the head, but if it was just like, another part of the body, and he took, it was a learning experience and a learning moment, I don't even think it's the end of the world that maybe this will change his ways. The head I don't like, though.
Well, no one likes the head. I mean, I think if handled the right way, though, like, and given the appropriate amount of time, and, I mean, it seems like they're going to do that, then hopefully this is something that we're not talking about again. But, I mean, just the reality of football is, especially when you're someone handling the football and you're trying to hold on to it as you're going to the ground, like the concussion that he took, that wasn't because he got helmet to helmet. That was because he went, he reaches up, catches his own fumble, and then as he's, protecting the ball to the ground, boom, head smashes off the turf.
Like that play, I don't even blame him or them for. It's all the plays that you question that seem unnecessary. Because it was only a matter of time until this was going to happen.
Right, but I mean, again, we're talking about this fine line. I mean, it was 5 design runs in the game, right? Like, it's 5 design runs. He's had, over the course of his starts, he's had 31 of them. So, I mean, I think it's like it's a piece of his game that is a real strength that you don't want to take away. But I think if we can limit some of the other stuff that maybe isn't necessarily like the design run stuff, it's more, hey, you're scrambling out of the pocket, you've already picked up 7 yards, and you're at the sideline. Let's not try to spear someone with your helmet. Like, let's just get out of bounds.
You're in the open field and you can get down and slide. Get down and slide. Let's break. 800-919-3776. More Giants, more Knicks, more Jets. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just one day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
All the way over Barzell. Score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Harry Douglas here. Look, being a man doesn't mean skipping self-care. Manscaped makes it easy to feel confident, clean, and ready for anything. Whether you're at work, hitting the gym, traveling for business, or heading for a night out. The Lawnmower Trimmer gives you precision, the Beard Hedger keeps your look tight, and their grooming essentials smell incredible. Manscaped's tools are built to perform, helping you stay sharp, smooth, and feeling your best every single day. Because real confidence starts with a clean cut and the right gear. Get all the Manscaped products you need right now at your local Target.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Giants calls, they're there, and we want to get to them. 800-919-3776. Bill in Amityville. Bill, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey, good morning, guys. First time, long time. I just wanted to call in regards to the dodo brain that, pointed out the Cam Skattebo altercation last night at Raw. The thing is it was a staged altercation. It was Skattebo. Abdul Carter was there.
But Bill, it was not a staged physical confrontation. He still was physically involved in something, right?
It was some minor shoving for 3 seconds. There was a barrier in between them. It was a staged. There was an interview beforehand. It was the guy who called earlier made it sound like Malice in the Palace. It wasn't.
Nobody thinks it was real life. But why would you put a player that's pretty important, that has just undergone surgery, immediate surgery, because it was that level of injury? Why would you do that at all?
I get it, but if you watch the video, I'm telling you, it's nothing.
I've seen the video.
It's nothing.
Right, we've all watched the video. It's not. Listen, we all understand it's staged. Jalen Brunson did the same kind of thing. Remember when he got into the ring after he heard he's coming back from right. So the chances are nothing's going to happen. Right? I mean, he's there. He was invited. He's in the front row. He's involved in the action. Awesome. My only issue is this: is that Abdul Carter is fresh off of being sat for the first series because
that doesn't look good.
Right, but he's well rested enough to go to this thing.
It does not.
And the other thing is just if God forbid something does happen, right? He's one of your best offensive players. You lost 7 touchdowns when he got hurt, right? The bone sticking out of the skin. Just as a fan. You're like, okay, I get he's a kid, he's having fun, this is awesome. But what happens in the midst of the staging? I know wrestling staging, guys get hurt. If he gets pushed down and something happens, God forbid something stupid happens to his ankle. Why put yourself in that spot?
Right. I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood it wasn't complete.
Of course.
For the listeners who didn't see
we didn't think it was
video.
a real brawl. We get it. And thanks for the call, Bill. Listen, I understand his point. The odds are slim that anything's going to happen. But why would I do that at all? Why would I have slim odds that something's going to happen? Just sit
why
there.
Why take any chance that something stupid happens?
Yeah,
right?
That's the point. And again, if you're 9-2, maybe you feel differently. But at 2-9, everything is under the microscope.
Well, but I don't even think with him it's that. the Abdul Carter thing is
That's a really bad look, the Abdul Carter
thing. I mean, Giants fans are mad at you. You got benched. You got half a sack. It'd be more kind of just stay out of the spotlight for a minute. Right. With Skattebo, it's more, we need you. right? Like, I mean, you just had a gruesome injury. You're on your way back. Like, I mean, we're real focused on making sure that when you get back, you're the same player that, that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing we want to do is, God forbid, something stupid happens when you're messing around at Raw,
I saw Big Dom was at this thing, too.
Listen, I mean, WWE has done a really good job of incorporating, NBA players, NFL players. Like, it's just, and it's fun. I got a chance to do it when I was playing with the Islanders. It was cool.
You were involved in wrestling?
I wasn't involved in the actual action, but I got a chance to hang with all the wrestlers. I met Cena.
Okay.
He gave me I got a cool belt, and it was awesome. I actually created a pretty.
You involved in like a turnbuckle kind of a situation.
Well, no, I actually had like a really nice relationship. They take me behind. Like, I get to go. I went to a live show at Madison Square Garden. I got to go behind the scenes and hang out with all the wrestlers. It was awesome. But
RJ,
imagine how great it is if they have a show at Belmont and Rick comes out and Rick gets involved.
Oh, I'd come right off the top rope.
I believe that.
Imagine the pop if Rick gets on top of the turnbuckle and does like a 5-star frog splash.
I couldn't though, because you know exactly what happened. I take phone calls. I've already hurt I'm done. My body's ruined. But
I mean the cheer, the pop.
No, the phone calls we would take the next day. Oh, he could do a flip off the front rope, but his knee wasn't good enough to play hockey, huh?
No.
One time.
He's still stealing money from the Islanders.
It's one time.
Might be the only time.
My
kneecap.
until the knee goes and he needs reconstruction surgery.
They made these safety glasses in the front row for my kneecap when it comes flying off.
RJ, do you think wrestling could be something that you dive into?
I used to love wrestling.
Can you get back in?
RJ went to a show recently.
You went to a wrestling match?
Yeah, not too long ago.
RJ, you'd be like Doink.
That's not nice.
Come on.
That's not nice.
No,
the little guy.
No. Doink was the clown. You're thinking of Dink.
Dink, yeah, Dink and Doink.
Dink had Dink.
Doink had Dink, yeah. Sorry.
Why
I was being nice. You could be the big guy.
Oh, yeah, real nice. That's real nice.
Listen, at least I'm not like you where I'm beholden to every other team in the NFC East. Go Cowboys, go Eagles.
Yeah, baby.
It's pathetic.
Oh,
hey, listen.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Your best buddy's the one picking the Eagles, all right? It's your best buddy in your little studio, in your little hot box.
At least I lose with pride.
Yeah, at least
and respect.
At least Dave takes his L's like a real respectable football fan.
That's exactly right. At least I'm not taking the disgusting Eagles. You got to live with that.
Call.
I got to go back.
That slop of a friend you have.
I picked against the Eagles this week.
This week you did. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. Took the Eagles to the Super Bowl.
I had to.
It doesn't even feel transactional with you. It feels like you really get behind it. Like you're studying up on Ron Jaworski teams, and like you're really trying to get behind this.
I had to. I have no choice.
Polish
I put my heart and
rifle,
soul.
Ron Jaworski.
I put my heart and soul into these picks, RJ.
That's the problem. That take the soul out.
No, soul's directly in it.
I don't think I have a soul.
I don't think you do either. I think that might be the problem.
This took a turn.
What do you mean?
I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah, I don't think I have a soul.
You may not have empathy. That doesn't mean you don't have a soul.
So you think I have a soul?
I think you have a soul.
I think we all have souls. I think yours is
you
damaged.
You just lack empathy sometimes.
That's not true. I'm very
not
empathetic.
all the time. Not all the time.
No, come on. With you're working way late tonight, and I worry about you. That's empathy.
No, that's empathy. I'm not saying you totally lack it. I just sometimes.
Dave has no feelings.
That's not true.
When was the last time you cried?
I'm not a crier.
Oh dear.
I mean, I don't really cry, but that doesn't mean I don't have empathy.
No, I don't think
sympathy.
I think that you have. I think that you have empathy. I think that your superpower is that you have the ability to shut off your feelings. Like nothing bothers you. Like I think that you
can do that.
Like somehow you could be one. Like as many people. Like there are so many people in the world that are struggling with the whole social media and all the negativity and everything else. I think you are one of those few people that has the ability to deal with all of it because none of it really bothers you. Like there are some of the nastiest things I've ever read sent to you on a regular basis, and it doesn't bother you at all.
No.
Because
if it's from somebody that I don't really care about, why would it bother me?
I
mean, if you said something awful about me, or RJ did, or Ray did, that would bother me a lot more.
I know, but you're talking about. I mean, John Cena is one of the biggest celebrities in the whole world, and actually, I mean, was talking about how he went and got a hair transplant because of how nasty people were about it. Those are people he doesn't know.
Yeah, but but he's more sensitive. That doesn't affect me.
But that's what I'm saying, though, is that you have the ability, and most people don't. I'm jealous of it.
Okay.
Like you're not sensitive like that.
I'll take it. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More Giants calls lined up over to the Knicks, who had It was a competitive game. Rough lost last night. 800-919-3776. Also, RJ, stuff you missed. It's DNR with you on a Tuesday, ESPN New York.
FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join, because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. Head to FanDuel.com/K to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is the Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same-day and next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
We're having issues here with Abdul Carter now. He's sleeping through meetings. He's not going to walkthroughs.
He's just professional, bro. Ain't really too much to be said.
Mel Kiper Jr. Should there be concern about this?
Young player who has half a sack. Obviously, players have to mature and grow with the game, and college isn't the NFL. Carter, they have to work with him to make sure he's going to maximize all that ability, and that's up to the organization to be able to do that, make sure that he goes back and does everything he can to be the great player we all thought he would be.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right. DNR with you, ESPN New York. We roll along on a Tuesday. Tomorrow, Stump Rothenberg and Louis Riddick. You know what? Louis is very timely here because there's so much stuff happening. This whole Abdul Carter thing, I think, is the perfect conversation for Louis Riddick.
That's why we have him.
Yeah, it makes real sense. I'm annoyed by this, and I'm annoyed at it in a few different ways, and I'll tell you why. And tell me if you agree or not. Firstly, that they allowed this to happen. I mean, you're part of the problem. If you're not stopping it and it's happening with a rookie under your watch, maybe this is what he was allowed to get away with at Penn State, and maybe he does it 1 week with the Giants, and I don't even think that's the end of the world. It's questionable, but I don't think it's the end of the world. The fact that this is something that had to be addressed and a punishment had to be served in week 11, I mean, it just shows you the dysfunction within this organization. And if he did it and he was great, it'd be a lot easier. Lawrence Taylor used to do it, right? But when you're Lawrence Taylor, you have a different set of rules. When you're not Lawrence Taylor and you're supposed to be and you want to wear that number and you want to wear Phil Simms' number and you have half a sack on the season and now you're not going through walkthroughs like you should with the team, yeah, I have a real problem with this with Abdul Carter right now.
Yeah, I got real questions just about all of it. I mean, if this is something that's been happening for what seems like the entire season, right, where he's been late for these meetings, I don't know why, the coach hasn't stopped it. Like why Brian Dable didn't step in and hold him accountable sooner to let him know this wasn't acceptable.
Well, he didn't hold him accountable at all.
At all. Well, I mean, listen, the longer you let this thing go,
right,
the worse it's going to get. Other part of this is I don't know why there's not enough leadership inside that locker room to make sure he knows that this is unacceptable, like from his teammates. Every good team that I've ever been on, it didn't matter what the coach said. I mean, it does because it's the coach. But ultimately, I mean, the strongest form of accountability happens in the locker room, right? Like when you take, everyone has ownership of the locker room and guys are holding each other accountable. This is who we are. This is the expectation. It's why, it's why when teams win the Super Bowl, bad teams can't wait to get their players, right? Because they know what it should look like. They come in and then they show everyone else what it should look like. I don't know why the players didn't do that. I mean, in my experience, I was lucky enough maybe to be surrounded by the right kind of vets like Steve Webb and these guys that would show me exactly what was expected. Like, hey, after practice, we ride the bike. This is when we show up to the rink. Like all those different things. Or the other part of this, which I would say I would be concerned about too, is maybe that did happen with the other players. Maybe there were veteran players that tried to help.
That would make it even worse, no?
Well, and then maybe it was just like, hey, we tried. This kid doesn't listen, so we're through with it. Right? Like he's got to learn on his own.
But then it's got to be on the coach, no?
Well, it's on all of it. Yeah, I mean, it falls on the coach because if the coach recognizes that, like, there's not enough leadership inside of his locker room to make sure this changes, then he needs to make the change. Because I don't understand, like, it doesn't make sense to me, and maybe it's just my belief in my, how I feel about coaching. If you can't hold your best players accountable, you're not a very good coach. Right? Like, they need to be the example. Like, you need to create these relationships. And it seems like Brian Dable went out of his way to create these relationships, but these relationships were based more on, like, hey, you guys are the best players, so you can do whatever you want, as opposed to, fellas, listen, for this to work, for me to have this team buy in the way I need this team to buy in, I need you to buy in. And I'm going to need to light you up in meetings. I'm going to need to use you as an example. And it doesn't feel like he was doing that. And now, like, you've already set the tone for this kid. Hopefully he figures it out. But if he doesn't, that's your fault. Because, I mean, this is not something that's going to all of a sudden fix itself. It's not going to get better. The better he gets, the more empowered he'll feel to act in whatever way he wants.
Right. That's right. I mean, could you imagine how he'd be acting if he's rattling up sacks? Right. A sack and a half here, two sacks
that's the scary part.
9.5. God knows if he even shows up to the facility.
Right. That's the scary part, is that with half a sack and 35 pressures, he feels like it's
empowered to sleep through walkthroughs. How dare you?
Or just be late for meetings, period. Like, I mean, I understand one time. Listen, we all make a mistake.
Everyone has a mistake.
Like Matt Barzell just did it, and they sat him for a whole game.
Listen, that's a one-time thing, and if that becomes a real, defined who you are thing, then yeah, that's a problem. But one time's not a big deal. But, I mean, this has been happening all year. Well, that's on the players. That's on the coaches. And then the coach gets fired, and the new coach, his first responsibility is, all right, I got to remedy this. And good for him for doing it, but it's not like he punished him severely. 6 plays, not exactly a tremendous punishment.
No, it's not. And as a coach, you're trying to find that sweet spot too, right? Like, because at the end of the day, you're still trying to win. Mike Kafka's trying to win. You got no Kayvon Thibodeau. You don't want to hurt the rest of the team. It's just the player puts you in a tough spot. Just like, I was talking to someone with the Islanders. Like, and Matt Barzell, missing the bus put them in a tough spot because they're trying to win. He's one of their best players. They don't want to hurt the team, but they also want to send the message. So their hope is that by benching him, team rallies around the fact that, hey, let's make sure that we really come together now to to make up for what we're losing with Matt Barzell, and it can be kind of like one of those moments. And for them, it turned out to be that. I just again, I told you earlier in the show about my experience in a locker room. I don't know exactly how it works in an NFL locker room, as far as how the veteran players handle the younger players. But I would think that with the 3rd overall pick, who's supposed to be a huge piece of your defense, that one of these guys, Brian Burns or Dexter Lawrence, or one of these guys would kind of show him what the expectation should be, or what the standard in that locker room is supposed to be.
Austin Sanders emails in. I like how Rick and you are looking for other people to blame besides Carter himself. No, Carter is the main
of course
culprit.
It's his fault. It goes without saying. It's his fault.
It all is stemming from his just lack of accountability.
Right, but again, I keep telling you this, and I think you agree. I don't know, but in my experience, I think the best coaches I've ever had almost take on this parental role. Like Jack Parker felt like he was like a second dad to me. Like it was just like those relationships are kind of built that way, and you kind of get into this. Who do you blame? You blame the kid or the parent, right? Like I mean, I'm sure you deal with the same thing with your kids. It's like, who do you blame, the kid or the parent? Like you're trying to, again, it's the kid's fault because they're the one that made the mistake. But what are you teaching the kid? What do you what are you allowing to go on behind closed doors that makes the kid feel like he has the ability to go do this? Like, if this was something the kid was doing at Penn State and no one held him accountable, why would he think that going to the NFL would be any different?
Well, I think until you
unless someone shows him,
there's a different
right. But listen,
when you go to a new situation, you might handle yourself a little bit differently. No,
no, but unless someone shows him, if you've had all this success doing it one way, and then you take the next step, and no one tells you any different, and you're still late for meetings, and no one holds you accountable, and you're still playing, and there's no punishment, why would you change?
But if you do that week 1. Wouldn't you think that someone would pop in like, what do you do?
But
sleep.
That's what I'm saying to you.
No, it doesn't work like that here, buddy.
But that's what I'm saying to you.
Right.
So, of course, it's the kid's fault.
It's everybody's fault. I blame everybody here.
Right, but if this is something that happened since the start of the season and it hasn't been corrected, it's not a corrected behavior, then at some point the kid just thinks that's acceptable.
Right. Like at some point it's not his fault. Like week 1, 2, 3, 4, his fault. If you don't say anything to him, why would he think any differently? Right?
That's the point. So everyone's to blame. I mean, and listen, he's the most to blame. But the way it's supposed to work is those are things that should be corrected by the players, the leaders on the team, and the coaching staff. And we're in week 11, and now he has to settle one series, which doesn't seem like enough.
It's not, but again, right? The head coach is at a crossroads. What do? Do I not play a player who's really good to make a statement when I'm fighting for a job? I'm on an audition here.
Right. Okay. This is an okay example, but if for whatever reason, me, RJ, and Raymond were really upset that you showed up 18 minutes before the show, right, and didn't say anything to you, or John didn't say anything to you, why would you stop showing up 18 minutes for the show?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Until we actually sat you down and like, hey, Dave, listen, it bothers us. It bothers John. We feel like you should be here 30 minutes before the show. You wouldn't think there was a problem until we actually addressed the problem.
Yeah, you have to tell me.
And then if you weren't there 30 minutes before the show,
well,
now it's
then I'm just a jerk.
Now it's definitively your fault. We told you what we want. You're not doing it. Like you can't have the accountability before you actually have the responsibility, right? Like I need to know what I'm responsible for before you can hold me accountable.
It is kind of wild that he would join the NFL and think that not going to specific meetings is okay.
Well, not even that though. It's less about that. He knows he has to be at the meeting, but it's not that big of a deal in his mind. Like, he's not so dialed in where it's like, hey, the last thing, God forbid, I slept through this meeting. Right? And you know what I mean? Like, it's like, for most people, if I'm doing recovery and part of that recovery involves me, like, closing my eyes and falling asleep, and I know I have a team meeting at noon and it's 11 o'clock, you bet your ass I got 5 alarms set for 11:50 to make sure. For him, it's like, well, if I sleep a little late, no problem.
I miss it, then so be it. Because clearly it's not that big a deal because they don't even say anything to me.
Exactly right.
Let's go to Dave in Westchester. Dave wants to get involved in the Giants conversation. Good morning, Dave. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing? I'm just wanting to talk about the Giant coach a little bit. Let me get this all out before you completely blow me away. I mean, you're not getting Belichick, you're not getting Tomlin, you're not getting McVay, you're not getting Vrabel. So, I mean, I know the Giants will never hire a college coach, but nobody knew who Brad Stevens was before it was Brad Stevens. He was in college all of a sudden before that. He said he's with the Celtics doing a great coaching job there, doing a great GM job. would they ever consider? I mean, I'm not going to consider. I'm just asking you guys. What about Curt Cignetti? I mean, if you take
it doesn't
5
sound like
minutes
they
and
want to
just
go
look at
college.
This guy's resume.
Yeah, right. But it doesn't last. Okay, listen, and I don't.
No,
I don't necessarily disagree. Listen, I don't necessarily disagree with you. And we had talked about Lane Kiffin. I'm not sure if Cignetti was mentioned in this, but the last report we heard on Sunday is that the Giants don't appear to be going college.
Right. No, I like Curt Cignetti. And the thing I like about him, thanks to the call, Dave, is every stop he succeeds.
Right. He's a program
everywhere he
builder.
goes. I mean, you look at the stuff he's done with Indiana it's unbelievable. In like the 100+ years of having college football, they've never achieved anything near what he's done in 2 seasons.
Right. I think the only issue with something like that is that when you watch how he's developed those programs, I think a big piece of that has been taking his players with him, which you're not going to be able to do once you get to this level.
Right. But I think he also sets the culture and the expectation.
Well, but again, going back to the point we just made, it's much easier to set that culture. It's like the reason why Rex brought in Bart, right? Like there are certain guys that if I bring them in, they know what I'm about, and they'll be the ones in that locker room that make sure everyone else knows what I'm about. Which you can do when you have the ability to take your players from one school and bring them to the other school.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're already
Cignetti feels like one of those guys that any job you give him, he would succeed at, though.
He feels like that guy. Just Google him. He'll tell you. Just Google him.
I know. I've Googled him. And that's
but again, I mean, this goes back to what was reported. This isn't us saying it. It was the last report we heard was that they would like to stay out of college.
They want someone preferably with head coaching experience that's NFL right now.
Right.
So we'll see. Let's go to Joe in Ocean Gate. Hi, Joe. How you doing? Joe?
Hello.
Oh, man.
Joe.
And Joe's a normal caller on the show.
You can hear him. He's there. It's just
you think he was there, and you think he was taken?
I don't think he was taken. Maybe a mute situation.
Oh, maybe.
It didn't sound mute though, because I felt like I heard some background.
I heard breathing.
Yeah. Maybe he fell asleep. Maybe he had an Abdul Carter moment.
It's possible, and no one held him accountable.
Nobody.
What do you think about this, RJ? This is for you, Neil from Manhattan. He says maybe RJ takes up cooking or baking. Nothing elaborate right away. A skill he could slowly develop over time. Eventually, there'll be a few dishes that he masters entirely. That way, not only would he have a time-consuming hobby, it will directly benefit his family and his friends.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's not going to happen, though.
Maybe you join the Keeblers.
Those are elves.
Oh, sorry. They bake.
He's not an elf.
They have delicious cookies. The fudge stripes. Tell me you don't love the fudge stripes.
Love the fudge
Those
stripes.
are phenomenal.
Why would you not start to cook and bake?
That wasn't nice what you said, first of all. Second of all, maybe I'll make a couple of phone calls to your university.
I got some issues with them. I'd actually like a personal phone call because I submitted one of my assignments and I got no response.
You think that's by chance?
I'm smashing A's and all of a sudden I send one in. It's great work too.
Tell you what, I make some phone calls. It was never turned in. F.
I like to speak to your people.
Could you imagine if RJ was that diabolical? I don't think you're that
Imagine
diabolical.
if RJ had that kind of power.
He does have that kind of
He calls
power.
a buddy. You know Rick's latest assignment? Oops.
Yeah, let me just send some text. Oh, looks like it never made it into the Dropbox.
Great.
Interesting.
Sabotage me like that.
Baking, RJ, baking. I think that's your future.
Listen, I'm not opposed to learning. I just don't see a long-term runway there. It's a lot of effort. You got to shop. You got to look up recipes. You got to clean up after. It's a lot.
It's a lot of work, but you need something.
I don't know that I do.
Yeah, but think about that, RJ. You know what I mean? You pick up Antonio from school. Ange comes home a hard day's work. She comes home and there's a beautiful, we'll stick to the holidays. Beautiful pumpkin bread just sitting there on the table.
I don't disagree that sounds like a delightful opportunity for me to really flourish.
Right. And not only that, I think you'd impress your family. And maybe it's like you could start to incorporate Antonio into some baking projects with
Angela would be very, very impressed because I bring nothing to the table in terms of cooking.
What do you do around the home, the apartment? Are you a cleaner?
Yeah,
you clean.
Oh, laundry. I usually
toilets.
I mean, when needed, I don't look forward to it, but yeah.
Well, nobody looks forward to cleaning the toilets, but it's part of life.
Oh, yeah, laundry, knock that out.
Part of life. When was the last toilet you cleaned?
This is not about me.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
We're grilling RJ. It's not about me. I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm not cleaning toilets. Okay.
Oh.
I could probably safely say that you've never cleaned.
That's not. Oh no.
Begin?
I was hands and knees scrubbing toilets back in the day.
How far
When
back?
is back in the day?
How many days back?
Many days. Many days. When I was a single guy living in New York City, I would clean my own apartment all the time.
Thank God.
Mop, sweep. I had a toilet brush. You name it, I had it.
And those days are dead.
Those days are dead.
Yeah,
They're never coming back.
They're never coming back if I have my way, no.
Now poor Sherry has to do it.
You've done very eloquently and very, very subtly, you've changed the narrative. We were grilling RJ. So, RJ, you're a cleaner. Is that right?
Yeah, when needed. I have that.
You know what
in
I think
my
you should start
arsenal.
to do? This is what I think you should try to play as much poker as humanly possible. I love that idea for you.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
No, because you're smart, you're resilient, you're wise with money, and I think you can outthink people. I think you and poker have a real future together.
There was a time where I played quite often. That time, I think rightfully so, is past.
Why? You're 36 years old.
Yeah.
Well, when does he have the time, to have this poker side hustle?
I'd have to.
Do you not like money, RJ?
I'd have to go check out the games, like put Antonio to bed, sleep for like an hour and a half, hit up a game.
And then go to like an underground?
Yeah.
If I could find you an underground
Hit up a
parlor,
game in
will
the
you
city.
play?
Yeah, I'll stop by, sure. I'll stop by, play from midnight to 3 a.m., and then come here.
I think, you know what? I think it's a perfect idea.
See, the problem is, Dave, in his mind, this actually makes some kind of sense. Like what? Okay, so you don't sleep, every couple days, and you hit up a game.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying every night, like once or twice a week. You go and you dabble late night.
As a one-off, it sounds fun.
Yeah, I like the baking. I like the baking way better than this idea.
I think that's probably better for my personal life.
No,
Let's start with
you're
cookies.
trying to get a house. Some extra money would help. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, but you act like it's still called gambling.
What if it goes the wrong way? Yeah.
Right. What happens if he loses the money that he loves so
Tell
much?
you what.
You know what? That's a terrible mindset that you guys have.
Yeah, it's not gambling if you win. I'll tell you what, though. You and I broker a deal. You fund the whole thing and take a third of the winnings.
Wow.
Why would I do that?
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
No.
But you absorb all the losses.
Here, I got one. Sue Klein. RJ's skill is explaining concepts in sports terms. I think he should write a sports children's book where he explains concepts in sports terms.
That's actually
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
About stadiums across the U.S. or sports in general. For example, the rules of football or soccer for kids. RJ should be an author. Sue Klein.
You know what, Sue?
It's on to something.
Yeah, Sue, if you got the connects, you send a nice follow-up to that random anonymous Dave inbox, and we'll get cooking on that. I like that idea.
So you would put together a children's book.
I mean, here's the biggest hang-up, though. We have to have someone that wants to publish such a book. From me.
RJ, you write the book, I'll get it published.
Wow, you have that kind of sway?
Yeah, he does.
You write it, I'll get it published.
All right, let's get working on it.
Get to
All
work.
right, let's get cooking. Come on.
But before you do that, can you do stuff you missed?
Yeah,
Russ?
sure.
That'd be great.
Now,
Walk-up three-pointer. He got it! See ya! Oh! Put it in the box!
the you missed.
Oh, alrighty. So, the Knicks. They lose to the Heat. They had a bunch of chances late. They actually went on an 11-3 run to close this game. Wasn't good enough. Got them within 2, and that's just... They actually got within 1 at one point, but down 2 is where they finished. So, Miami led by 10 with 3 minutes left. Knicks storm back. And, I mean, listen. Knicks don't have Brunson. They don't have Anunoby. Heat didn't have Bam Adebayo or Tyler Hero. So, there wasn't going to be a ton to be gleaned from this game
Some
long
of
term.
these Heat players, you're like, who is this guy?
But Miami's depth was better.
Jaime Hawkins is a good player.
He's becoming a
player.
nice player. Miami outscored the Knicks in terms of bench scoring and production, 43-28.
I believe they say 28-43.
28-43.
Yeah.
That is what they say. So, pretty good slugging percentage on Josh Hart and Jordan Clarkson. Each had 14 points, but no one else scored. That's part of the problem. Knicks are now 0-4 on the road.
They almost have the American soccer head coach, Fontecchio.
Simone. Excited.
Yeah.
They also didn't shoot well from 3 either.
Good shooter, that's Simone.
Yeah, he was quite the Italian League player back in his day.
Was he on the scene? You knew of him from the Italian League?
No, I just
you know that he was.
Or was he a former
now that he's here.
Piston, right? Yeah, well, I think when the Knicks and Pistons were going back and forth, I learned who he was.
I think he played with Utah maybe also.
Might be right. Paul George made his season debut. His first game since March.
He did play for Utah.
Look at that.
There you go.
Impressive. 76ers beat the Clippers by 2. Paul George finished with 9.7 rebounds in 21 minutes. Not a great night for injuries in the association. So Giannis leaves early. He has a groin strain. He will need an MRI. Bucks lose to the Cavs. Victor Wembanyama has a calf strain. He's going to miss, at minimum, multiple weeks.
That's terrible.
And John Morant also has a calf strain. He's out at least 2 weeks. But good news for you. Sounds like LeBron could make his season debut tonight for the Lakers. Nice night for Raymond. Cowboys dominate the Raiders.
It's our Cowboys, RJ. It's Raymond and I's Cowboys.
It's gross what you're doing.
RJ, you agree with me here. Like this, it's so repulsive.
Because on that night, especially a standalone game, in his mind, he's thinking, like, he's like, the triplets. How do we just be about what they were about on this night? We're better than these Raiders. He's given Knute Rockne speeches. Like, he is a Cowboy last night.
We were all Cowboys
and I'm
last
sure
night.
when they're putting up points and Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, he was probably dancing in his home.
It's not the first time.
Potentially.
You speak of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Well, they were benched for the first offensive series. But what they do after that, all they did is combine for a couple hundred yards and 2 touchdowns to dominate the Raiders.
Dynamic.
They really were.
I hope they wait as long as humanly possible to sign George Pickens to a new deal.
And it's probably going to happen.
I know.
Somebody else that could need to be signed soon, Quinnen Williams. So he had 1 sack in his first 8 games this season with the Jets. All the way back in week 1 on Aaron Rodgers. Picked up a sack in the first half of his first game with the Cowboys. Actually had, in his first 4 series, had 1.5 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, and a tackle for loss. Seems like he's motivated.
Are you surprised?
No. How could you be surprised?
Can't be surprised.
Defense was actually respectable.
Their defense was respectable.
Well, they got after the quarterback, that's for sure.
Yeah. Jamar Chase suspended for spitting on Jalen Ramsey.
He did not do that.
No, well, he's appealing it. He says he didn't. I don't know how he's going to.
He's still saying he didn't.
Who are you going to believe?
Yeah,
Who are you going to believe?
He's officially appealing it.
Spitters or quitters?
Oh, no.
Can't imagine that's going to go well. Bengals play the Pats on Sunday, likely without Jamar Chase. Not a good day for the Falcons. Didn't even play yesterday, but it was announced Michael Penix Jr. needs season-ending knee surgery.
Well, that's not good.
So it's all on Kirk Cousins now. And you think, at least he has Drake London. He has a PCL issue he's working through. He is week to week.
Great.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs also banged up.
Yeah, yes. As is Amari DiMercado of the Cardinals. He has a high ankle sprain. He's set to miss some time.
He's dead to me, that guy. Ever since he did that to me.
Yeah, the Titans.
When he threw the football down at the 1?
Drops the ball. What are you doing?
I mean, he didn't have time. He didn't have time to cross the goal line with that football.
Otherwise, we'd be talking about a defeated Titans.
That ball was weighing him down. Get rid of it as quickly as possible.
Lane Johnson has a Liz Frank injury. Not expected to be season-ending, but he is likely headed to IR. At least.
I think Schefter said yesterday, regular season probably ending, and then should be back for the postseason.
There you go. Nice hire for Virginia Tech. We talked about this. It would be a nice fit. James Franklin, come on aboard. He's their next head coach. And Purdue, they reclaimed the number 1 spot in the AP Top 25 for the men's college hoops poll. St. John's is number 14.
Georgetown received votes this week.
They're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, they are.
They're moving in
That
the right
program
direction.
really turning around.
You know what I think happened?
Big ships turn slow.
Well, Dave became a big donor. I have it on good sourcing. A lot of money flowing from.
I would give money if I had it.
If you had it.
If you had it.
No, come on. I have millions and millions of dollars. I would, if I had
everything
money,
counts.
I would give so much money to change around that program.
Here's $7. Good luck.
Hope it pans out. Let me know where the money goes.
Here's some Crustables.
Listen, you've got the money. It's just a matter of, listen, do you want to give back to the program? Literally,
or do I want to send my kids to college?
Could be that college. Maybe that's part of the negotiating process.
Right. Maybe they go to Georgetown.
You know what? All right. I scratch my back, you scratch your back. Or however that saying goes.
Sounds like my back is good.
Yeah, right. If I have to scratch my own back, what sense does that make?
Yeah. There's itchiness going on, and backs need to be scratched.
You itch your back, my kids go to Georgetown. It all works out.
That's right. And you get this money, you sign big-time recruits, and away we go.
Alex Ovechkin scored his 903rd career goal. Capitals beat the Kings. With that, Ovi passes Gordie Howe for the most regular season goals scored at a single venue in NHL history. A little bit of a random stat, but that now belongs to him. Ryan Yarbrough, back with the Yankees on a 1-year deal. And Jose Altuve needed a procedure on his right foot. He is expected to be ready to roll by spring training for the Astros.
Is he going to get to the Hall of Fame, you think?
I don't think so, but...
You don't, because of the stuff, not because of being worthy, right?
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I don't know.
You're also asking the same guy that doesn't think that Draymond Green is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
He tweeted that at him once, which I actually give you respect for.
Why?
Have you followed up with that, by the way?
What do you want me to tweet him every day? No, I haven't followed.
No, not just with your mutual connection.
Oh, you're going to go on
podcast
podcast with him
and get eviscerated by Draymond? Yeah.
No,
I would love that.
I think he's wrong. I don't think
I would
Draymond
love to
Green's
hear
a
that
Hall of
podcast.
Famer.
Draymond would, by the end of it, want to tear you limb by limb because you would
because I have a way that I can really incite people.
Well, he would lay out all his career credentials going all the way back to Michigan State, and you just be like, okay, you're not a Hall of Famer. Okay.
Yeah, he's not.
RJ, that is exactly how it would go.
Game, buddy.
That's exactly how it would go. There would be no other information given. It would be all Draymond laying out his case, and they'd be like, yeah, still not a Hall of Famer.
Tell it to someone that cares. You're not a Hall of Famer.
He would his dismissive okay, when you can clearly tell he disagrees with you but has no respect for what you're saying.
Right.
Is among the toughest things to deal with.
Wait, why are you guys taking shots at me now?
No, it's not. It's not a shot. It's when you disagree, you're just like, okay. And that's
This can't be right. This guy averages less than 9 points a game in his NBA career? Is that possible?
Who, Draymond?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem surprising.
9 points a game?
I'm not shocked by that.
Yeah,
first ballot Hall of Famer.
Well, look at his defensive prowess. I mean, that's in the championships.
Listen, I think he's a very good player.
And it's not NBA Hall of Fame. It's Basketball Hall of Fame.
I agree. So if he's hooping at the West 4th Street courts, now all of a sudden he goes into the Hall of Fame?
We got to get you on this podcast.
Seriously, please make this happen. Schulte, let's go.
We'll get Jordan Schultz on again. You'll ask him.
I asked him last time, and you were supposed to follow up.
Oh, could you imagine if we do it the one time that the Warriors come to the Garden? Like it could be
please.
in
I
person.
would love to do this.
And then he kills
And then maybe you
you.
throw like an Angel Reese thing in there, and then he can punch you right in the face.
And then he throws you out of a window.
So
or
why would
something.
it lead to violence?
Because it's Draymond
That's
Green.
a weak-minded person. That
No.
I would have a differing of opinion, and I would challenge him with my words, and he would need to punch me?
He would body slam you.
That's pathetic.
I would challenge him with my words.
I would dominate him with my words.
And then he would dominate you with his muscles.
Okay, and then I'll sue him.
Oh.
I'll take his fortune.
Now we're never getting you on the podcast.
Why? Well, just don't attack me physically.
You're too litigious.
Yeah.
You're too litigious.
What, too litigious? You're going to attack me?
Attacked his with your words.
I can go right after him with my words.
Good
What if he sues you?
Yeah.
Why would he
For your
sue
words.
me?
Mental damage.
Yeah,
You
right.
can't sue me for words.
Of course he can.
You going to sue me for an opinion? I don't think you're a Hall of Famer. They're going to sue. You know what? Bring it on. I got D'Agostino waiting right in the wings. Maybe I'll bring the D'Agostino family with me.
Oh, what are you going to do? Bite back?
We'll bite right back. Bite him right on the kneecaps.
That's stuff you miss.
That was good. Let's break. We'll come back into the Knicks and the 9 point a game average for Draymond Green. DNR with you, ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads today. Here's our dear friend, the one and only Kristen North.
Hey guys, well, the star of the show this morning has been the Van Wyck northbound at the Grand Central Parkway. That's a stalled tractor trailer which has been sitting out there all morning long. Thankfully, traffic has eased out quite a bit through the area. Over to the Bronx we go. It's stop and go in the Bronx River Parkway southbound at Allerton Avenue because of an accident. Cross Bronx is tied up southbound in the Bronx between Castle Hill Avenue and Sheridan Boulevard, and the northbound side is from the Alexander Hamilton Bridge toward Webster Avenue. Inbound upstairs at the GW Bridge, there's a stalled tractor trailer at Fletcher Street on the shoulder. It's a 35-minute backup behind it. The lower deck is 20. Lower deck outbound has construction and mid-span, and the off-ramp to the Henry Hudson Parkway has the right lane blocked. This report is sponsored by Compassion International. Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. I'm Kristen North, 880 ESPN New York.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. As seasons change and days grow darker sooner, it can be a tough time for many. This November, BetterHelp's encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. Short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and preferences, and our 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means we typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from our tailored recommendations. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
FanDuel's the #1 sports book for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel's the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So, bet on the players you love the way you want. Head over to FanDuel.com/Peter to sign up today. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel's the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 and over, physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is not withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour Apple 5-Hour Energy Shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With 0 sugar and as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keeps your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at Sour Apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Peter. He loves his motorcycle. What he doesn't love is wind. Which is ironic, because wind is a big part of the whole wind-in-your-face motorcycle cliche. But nobody ever tells you how relentless a strong crosswind is, or the cliche wouldn't exist. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get a quote to see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, that's exactly when it's Tully time. Very busy hockey night tonight. Devils visit the Lightning 7 o'clock. Nets host the Celtics 7:30. Islanders in Dallas taking on the Stars at 8 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, a nice late game that you can hear right here on ESPN New York. Rangers drop the puck in Vegas against the Golden Knights. And that's Game Time. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. I don't think you're heartbroken about it, but a little bit upset that the Knicks lost 113 to 115 last night, I would think, right?
Yeah. You're an idiot. No, not heartbroken. I mean, we had our opportunities down the stretch. I mean, I give them credit for fighting back and giving themselves a chance, but, I mean, late in that game, I mean, I think it's pretty clear. This is not stating, this is kind of stating the obvious, that you missed Jalen Brunson.
Oh, terribly. That's when you miss him, too, the most, right? Is during the most clutch moments.
Oh, he's the best. I mean, he's the best clutch player in the sport.
Well, he's the closer.
Right. So, I mean, ball in his hands. I mean, you love your chances. Deuce now, I didn't think the first shot before the goaltend was a great shot. Second one, I mean, it's aggressive. It's a floater, but you end up getting the offensive rebound, and Cat has a good second look. But, I mean, you got 2 of your best players out. I know they didn't have Bam and they didn't have Tyler Hero. I think the other thing for me is just, at what point do we figure out the whole, winning on the road thing?
Well,
right?
it's a very small sample size, though.
Well, I understand that, but still.
0-4?
Yeah, you're 0-4. Right? I know. And listen, again, I'm not heartbroken. I want to win all these games because I recognize that, for us to get where we're going, the series going through our building is most advantageous for us.
And the weird thing is, the worse you are on the road during the regular season is that's the more important that you're home in the playoffs.
Correct.
If you can't, because what do you want to do? You want to be really, really good at home, and you want to be 500-ish on the road. So maybe I would think, listen, if you lose tomorrow night to Dallas now, because that's not a team that's playing very well at all, and Cooper Flagg is having a real tough time making his way into the NBA. So hopefully you can right the ship on Wednesday, because if you don't right it Wednesday, then you get Orlando on the road on Saturday, and that's not an easy game at all.
No, it's not. And listen, it's not a thing until it's a thing, right? You're 0-4. Like, it wasn't like it was kind of like, what the hell's happening with the Rangers at home? They can't score goals, and then all of a sudden it became a thing. Like, they can't score goals on home ice. I think they're too good. They'll figure it out. I'm not concerned about it. They didn't shoot the 3 well. They were 9. I mean, they had a season low in attempts, and they only hit 9 of them. So that's not great.
You know what the weird thing was? Shamit on Friday
was lights out.
Was the best I've ever seen him. Like, every shot he took, he couldn't miss, defended, guys in his face, on the move, whatever, was unbelievable. Last night, couldn't hit a shot to save his life.
No, 1 of 7 from 3, 10 points. I mean, 36 the other day.
That was awesome. He was so good on his best game I've ever seen him play.
Well, yeah, I mean, Cat had the huge first half. Shamit has the huge second half. And again, listen, Clarkson gave you 14, Josh Hart gave you 14, but now because you have 2 of your starters out, you're not getting the same production from your bench. I guess my question late would be why maybe Mikal Bridges isn't more involved in that spot. But again, they're being aggressive. I mean, they go up and they give themselves a chance. They fought back after a huge run by Miami, 18-5 run in the fourth quarter to give themselves a shot there, and it just didn't go in.
Do you like the way the Knicks play now? It's like it's going to be up and down, and defense is going to be kind of at a minimum, or do you miss kind of more defense from this team?
Listen, I think there's a happy middle ground.
Are we there, or do you need to see more defense from this team?
Well, I think that there's probably. I think we recognize. Listen, Cat's not good defensively, and Jalen's not good defensively,
and the coach is not preaching defense like the last coach did. Also,
no, right, and I think it's also. I mean, when you look at how the ball moves, right, how everyone's involved, I like that part of it. I absolutely like that, but I also recognize that when you get to the postseason, that defense is at a premium, and you're going to be able to you're going to have to be able to get stops, especially in big moments.
But can they ratchet up the defense, or do you think they're just going to be a mediocre defensive team and they're going to have to?
No, I think they'll be able to. I mean, OG is a terrific defensive player. Mikal Bridges is a really good defensive player.
And Robinson is
And then
amazing.
as long as Mitchell Robinson's healthy.
Right.
Right? Like, I mean, the whole idea is to free up Cat, play the 4, spread the floor, right? Don't ask him to do all the dirty work that he necessarily doesn't want to do. That's why Mitch becomes so important. But, I mean, again, playing without your best scorer and one of your best, he's your best all-around player in OG, that's tough. But again, I understand the other side of it, where they don't have, they don't have Bam and they don't have Tyler Hero.
Right. I mean, they're dealing with the exact same thing you're dealing with.
Right, but this is the third time you played them.
Right.
Right. I mean, this is one of the best coaches in the NBA. He's going to make adjustments. One of the things that Allen pointed to in the postgame was how effective we've been from the corners, 3-point wise, and we were 1 of 7. So they clearly, it was a goal of theirs, take that away, which they did. So I mean, again, I'm not heartbroken. I would like to see them win on the road here at some point, but I understand also that they have 2 of their best players out.
So does tomorrow night's game have more importance than like game 14 of the season for you,
No.
being that you're 0-4 on the road and you need a win, or no?
Not necessarily. No, I mean, it's hard. Again, I feel like we're in this, I feel like I'm a Yankees fan right now, where it's like you're kind of just feeling your way through the regular season, trying to gauge whether or not you really think that, are we the best team in the East? Will we have problems with Detroit? Will we have problems with Cleveland? How do we match up with these teams?
Right. And because you know why? Because everything that happens in the regular season has a look to what's that going to mean in the postseason for the Knicks.
I always find myself in situation. I'm not in this situation much at all, right, with the teams that I root for, but just in general, if I'm watching hockey teams play or whatever the sport is, asking myself whether or not I think this team is equipped to beat whatever the team is. Right, so when the Rangers were making their way through the playoffs, it's does this Rangers team have what it takes to go up against Florida?
But
have I seen any
what
signs
happens
of that?
then is when you do it as an analyst, when it's not your team, I think that's fine. But when you do it when it's your team, it's crushing, because rather than just enjoy, hey, Knicks on Friday night beat up Miami, it's a really good win, and I enjoy it. No, it's like, okay, well, can they shoot like this when you get to the postseason? Everything has this postseason idea instead of just enjoying what's happening in that very moment. I'm terrible with that.
Yeah, listen, I'm not great with it either at this point, just because I feel how I watch the games is a little bit different. I'm not necessarily, I know they're going to be a playoff team. I recognize how important it is. I think it's going to be important, what your seed is, because I'd like to see all these. I'd like to see every Game 7, if we're in Game 7, be at Madison Square Garden, because I think we've turned ourselves into a really good home team. So I think that part of it's important, especially if you're going up against one of these teams like Detroit. Detroit's a good team. They're off to a great start. They play physical. It's tough to slow down Cade Cunningham. They weren't healthy when you played them last year. So, I mean, there will be some tests along the way. I just think that, as they feel their way through this thing, new coach, new systems, new offensive identity, how does that look defensively? Is that, as a fan, you're just kind of trying to, how good are we? How good is our bench?
I don't think we have the answer. I don't think you're going to have the answer for quite some time. I don't even think it matters if you're 50, 52, 55, 48. I think it all matters what you do in the postseason with this club.
It is. I mean, that's ultimately how they'll be judged. And then you try to figure out as you go, how do we match up against this team? What are we good at? What are we bad at?
Right.
How will this style translate to the postseason? Because
at least you won't have Indiana in your way this year, so that's a great
right.
thing.
You won't have Indiana. You won't have Boston. I mean, the time is now.
That's right.
There's no getting around
This has to be the season. All right, let's break. We'll come back. We'll get you ready for your day and your night in sports. We'll get to your calls, 800-919-3776. Raymond will present the 3 stars, and we'll say bye-bye. It's DNR with you, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Murray to the net. Score! The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat. Barzell for Horvat, score! Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Well, have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
Michelle Smallman here for Gainbridge and their Give Back program, Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity. Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity's goal is to empower girls and women through sports and education, providing 32 organizations in 21 states $222 of grant funding during 2025. These grants aim to level the playing field and expand access to sports and education for girls and women across the country. Here's to a future with no limits for women's sports with Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, where the holidays get even happier.
All right, DNR with you. Tuesday morning, ESPN New York. You know we have tomorrow, Stump Rothenberg.
It's a big day for you tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. Last week was good, and then it kind of faltered at the end.
All right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Quickly, before we get to Raymond's 3 stars. So ESPN Analytics chances to win the AFC this season. I have 5 potential teams.
All right, so this is not based on opinion. This is purely analytical numbers.
This is purely analytics.
Are we playing?
We're playing the game. Let's go.
All right, Raymond, give me some music.
There it is.
All right. Who would you like to go first?
You can go first.
All right, I'm going to go with the Patriots. You going to respond?
Patriots.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, 5th on the list.
What?
5th, 10% chance. So this is ESPN Analytics, chances to win the AFC this season. There are 5 teams. Dave has the 5th, Patriots, 10%.
Wow. Can I ask you a question? Why, when I said Patriots, did you just not respond at all?
Because RJ was talking.
I was talking to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw you looking at me, and I was like, you must have said something, and RJ's like, you said the
I
Patriots.
was waiting for you to respond.
Because I was talking to Rick, and I had to fill Rick in on what you said because he couldn't hear you.
Right.
Terrific. Sounds like it was well orchestrated.
Raymond,
All right.
you're next.
The Patriots are only number 5?
I can't believe
Number
the Patriots
5.
are 5. And I'll tell you why I took them, because I think they're going to get the 1 seed.
Yeah, you said that. Yep.
So, all right.
I mean, some would argue it was a bad guess, sadly.
Raymond, you're up next.
At least I have hobbies.
Got me
4
there.
teams. Best percentages.
Are the Bills on this list?
Bills are on the list. They are number 3. 14% chance to win the AFC. RJ, you're next. 1, 2, and 4.
See, there's
Sit
a
on the
reason
board.
you're doing this. There's
How about-
a reason you're doing this.
How about
I
the
just
Colts,
saw
Rick?
Colts, number 1 on the list.
Wow.
20% chance to win the AFC.
It's tough being this good.
Wow, you're good.
Well, when all you focus
So
on
we
is
got
this.
2 and 4 left.
I'm going to go with the Broncos.
You're too
Yeah,
diversified.
there you go.
Broncos, number 2, 17%. Raymond, last one, number 4 is?
Is it one of the North teams?
I can't answer that
He's
question.
not going to answer that.
I thought I could get him. See, I don't want to say Pittsburgh, but
You can't say Pittsburgh.
I can't say Pittsburgh.
You can't.
But dude, there's no way people still believe in Baltimore, is there?
It's not
I'll go
people
Baltimore.
believing in anybody, Ray. It's purely numbers.
Baltimore
I'll put
is
Baltimore.
incorrect. Dave, for the steal, number 4 on this list is?
Doesn't RJ go?
Yeah, what about me?
Ray, RJ, you're next.
This game's out of control.
Number 4 on this list?
He's a terrible game show host.
You might be under the influence or something.
Stop it. Number 4 on the list, please.
How about not ready to kill them yet, the Kansas City Chiefs?
Kansas City Chiefs, 12% chance. So Colts, Broncos, Bills, Chiefs, Patriots. RJ wins.
Saw a lot of people yesterday saying the opposite of that.
The Chiefs are done?
It might be over.
No.
There's a lot of that going around, though.
That's a stupid take. I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but to say it's over right now is ridiculous.
Yeah, but you know this happens, though. People can't wait for some reason. Same thing was happening with the Patriots. You can't until they're dead.
All right, so ready? Here we go. Chiefs schedule. Home to the Colts. What do you think?
Oh.
Tough game.
According to ESPN Analytics, the Colts should win this game.
Oh, God. Then if analytics say Colts should win,
No, I would probably say.
and the
that coming
Chiefs
off-
are giving 3, shouldn't you take the Colts this week?
No, I would say this is fishy, so I would take Kansas City.
All right. So you think Kansas City wins, goes to 6-5, correct?
Yep.
At
That's right.
Dallas on Thanksgiving. Should be a good game, actually.
I would take Kansas City.
All right. That's 7-5. Home to Houston.
Kansas City.
8-5. Home to the Chargers. Already lost to the Chargers.
They've
We'll
already
need to
lost the
win.
Chargers. Offensive line's banged up. Let's go win.
9-5. At the
Yep.
Titans.
Win.
10-5. Home to the Broncos.
Toss up. I got to give them a loss somewhere. They're going to go. I mean, they're going to finish the season undefeated.
Okay, so 10-6 and at the Raiders.
11.
All right, so you think they're going to go 11-6 and go into the postseason and be perfectly fine?
Yeah. I think we got into this fight yesterday. when
Well,
you yelled
no.
at me.
The fight was, I don't think they're going to win all those games. Any one of those games, I think they can absolutely win.
Right, but my point was that once you win that first game, it's going to change your opinion about them. That's my point.
Maybe.
That if
You
they
want to
go
make a little
into-
wager?
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to, like, because you're just, like, looking at it, like, in, yes, that would be a tough road. But once they win the first game, now how do you pick against them in the second game?
Well, I don't know that you pick against them at any point, but I just don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I think someone picks them off to go. I mean, at Buffalo, at Indy, at Denver, if you can do that, then you're I mean, just it might be the greatest run you've ever seen from this Chiefs era.
Right, listen, I don't disagree with you. right? I mean, the Chiefs now, I mean, their strength last year was one-score games. They can't win a one-score game now, right? So, I mean, that seems like a bit of a problem for them. I mean, they're 0-5 in one-score games. They don't look like the same team. I just have a hard time believing that once they get to the playoffs and they win that first game, pick the team. If it ends up being Indy,
right? So they go into Buffalo, and Buffalo, they beat them, and then they turn their attention to Denver and Denver. I mean, listen, it's possible. That would be remarkable. It would be the most impressive run that they've ever had to go to the Super Bowl.
Probably. I mean, you did have the run where they were at Buffalo, at Baltimore, and then beat the Niners. Right, when the whole conversation was that can they go on the road, and they went to Buffalo and they went to Baltimore.
Right. No, and listen, they're amazing. They really are. But it doesn't feel like this is going to be their year. Now that being said, I think they're still going to get in. This idea that they're done is crazy to me. I've heard it. How much of that have you heard? They're done. They're not done. Why would you say they're done?
For whatever reason, people want to kill off good teams. They like it because it's like it's the hot takey thing to do.
That's the problem. It's the hot. Are they done? They're done. They're out. They're done. Yeah. Every single year they find a way. So why would this be the year that they're done?
Well, because at some point it's going to have to come to an end, you'd think.
Okay, I said this about the Patriots forever. I said, I will be the last one holding the bag for New England rather than to sit here every year and be like, no, I think this is it. I think they're done.
Yeah, I don't need to. There's no reason for me to try to be early to that party. I don't need to be.
And I mean, listen, they still have weapons. They still have a good defense. They have great coaching. I trust Mahomes in a big spot. I mean, yeah, they haven't had a great start to the season. They were also losing games that they won last year. Like, they're this close from winning these games. They could have easily won that Broncos game.
Right, but you're not used to seeing them be where they're at right now.
You're right.
They're not in control of the division.
They've never been 5-5. They never don't win the division. So,
and right now,
this is kind of uncharted territory right now. You're right. Ray?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great.
I love to hear that. You ready for the 3 stars?
I am.
All right.
Today's 3 stars. Number 3.
Oh, yeah, always a lot of conversation about the next coaching candidate. John Gruden's a popular name around here.
Do you have any idea the last job, 2024, John Gruden held?
He
was an advisor for the Milano Seamen.
The reaction is probably what made the whole thing.
Such an idiot, honestly.
What do you mean? Nice RJ, is that not true?
Rick did point out.
Oh, the Milano Seamen have nice jerseys.
Yeah.
LaFleur played for a team called the Omaha Beef.
You think they ever took on the Seamen?
I mean, so you're not exactly innocent in all this either. I just want to point out.
Number 2.
I ask questions.
Speaking of not innocent, I don't know that this is forgivable.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks like they lost 15-17.
Did you just say 15-17?
Well, that's how it's. I mean, that's how it's on.
You know, you are the problem.
Yeah, it really hurts us.
You lose credibility.
You shut your mouth.
All your time in the NHL gone.
It hurts your credibility. Hurts our credibility as a show.
Some people prefer it the way I said it.
Well, I'm not some people.
Number 1.
Or the people in the room with us right now. The start of the show.
But I do have some jarring physical news to tell you about.
What happened now?
I got a really bad paper cut yesterday.
How'd this happen?
It wasn't your garden variety. It was on one of those big holiday like magazines that you get.
Oh, no.
And I used my index finger to swipe through, and all of a sudden I was like, oh!
Sounds horrific.
Then blood made an appearance, and yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, you're a soldier. You battled through.
Yep.
Congratulations. Great
Thank
job
you.
today.
I believe at this moment it's not yet infected. We'll continue to put some bacitracin and the like on this thing, and hopefully I'm here with you guys tomorrow. One can only hope. It's Rule 76.
No excuse, blanket champion. It's DiPietro Rothenberg.
Everybody.
Right here on ESPN New York and on YouTube.
And all of a sudden I was like, oh!
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers